in the building, 40 in the back, AK on the ones and twos. Got Black Shife in the building.
Hey, that right.
And the lovely
Phoenix. Hey, y'all.
hey
Yo.
man, y'all. So we gonna shift some stuff around, man. Shout out to our guests that we were supposed to have on. We actually gonna reschedule them because some stuff came up last minute. So shout out to Prolific Arms. Shout out to Ajmal Taylor.
My bad, y'all.
State of emergency.
Shout
Yeah,
out
y'all.
to them. So new date, new pod coming with them in studio. So be looking for that. But man, we got a couple of different things to touch on. The city been on fire literally last. But you know what? That ain't new for the city, man. It's always something going on around here.
You right about
That's a
that?
fact.
Man.
That is a factual.
So we gonna get into some community stuff, but man, I listen. I don't know if y'all caught. It was a little boy missing off a center, and it turned out an old man had snatched him.
Old black man.
And had him in somebody's house till like 10, 12 o'clock at night. I don't know how they found him, but they ended up, rescuing him out the house, and dude got arrested. But just like crazy stuff like that, man, been happening. Like kids missing, being snatched. Of course, we gonna touch on an update because clearly people got everything they to say about this the shooting with Elijah.
Yeah, I wanted some clarity on that myself.
Of course they do.
Yeah, Elijah Wilks.
They always do.
That's gonna be the crux of what we talk about tonight, unfortunately, especially with our guests being shifted to another show. But we also gonna talk about shout out to the African American Roundtable. We gonna talk about their participatory budget that they got coming up. People do need to know about that because when we talk about right now, everybody's in budget season for the city, the state, and county, and all this stuff. So when we talk about what ain't finna get funded, what money is going to go towards, everybody's in kind of a frenzy about the money that's being spent in the city and what it's getting spent on. So African American Roundtable has done some work that has really created a lane where money is going to be set aside and budgeted, where the community can come out and say, this is what we want this money spent on.
Right.
So people really need to know about this participatory budget, especially with people who do a lot of complaining about where the money does go or where the money doesn't go. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think this time around, I believe it's a pot of like $600,000. So that can go to organizations, a youth program you may want to see, whatever the case may be. This is your opportunity to have a say and input in that budget. So we're going to touch on that and the details of that. Shout out to my boy Tory Lowe. We got the Team Promise versus Team Tory. I think it was Shoot Hoops, Not Bullets or something like that game. He got the second year doing it. So we're going to touch on that. Before we get into them topics, man, y'all got anything else that's recent and going on y'all want to touch on before we dive into our meat and potatoes?
Really. I actually been feeling like things been kind of calm in the city the last couple days.
Last couple days.
Listen, it depends on who you ask, because some people pay a lot of attention to the negative stuff, so that's really all they see and hear. But then some people, like, even with what you do, like, we get to see a lot of the upbeat, positive, good stuff of Milwaukee, the events, the community stuff, like, so a lot of people don't get to see that, they just get the negative, so that's really what they have to go off. Shout out to my guy Black here, man. We can get into this, man. You got the Packers theme song and video popping.
Oh, I seen that. That's dope.
You ain't even give me no time. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I do. He ain't give me no time.
Get into it.
No, absolutely. I just actually about an hour ago just dropped the official music video to the song. It's called. It's a part of. It's a part of the mascot series. So I have a Packers song, a Bucks song, and a Brewers song. And I went up to Green Bay, first game, shot the video, and dropped it an hour ago. And I wanted to just, because the fans is the mascot, so I want to show the fan side, just the party, the energy, how they feel about the team. And I think me watching it, stepping outside of myself, I think I captured that of the people. Shout out to the city of Green Bay. You know what I mean? They were so welcoming. They was all with it. They was all smiles. Energy was through the roof. Like it was phenomenal. So that helped me with the video. So if you paying attention, go download all of them. It's mascot. The Brewers one is mascot Bernie, and then the Bucks one is just mascots. So go check it out. I dropped it an hour ago. Lambeau Leap, the Packers, and we won. Beat the shizzle out of whoever we just played. The shizzle. You don't know what that is? I don't know. My nizzle.
So make sure y'all go watch that and then share it. Go on X, go on IG and act that. Send it to some of the players and
absolutely
executive staff of the organization to see if we can get that in rotation and see if they'll make it the official song or something like that.
Something, because I definitely put effort. I definitely wanted to represent the team, the state, the city, the artistry. You know what I mean? I want to show something different. I mean, it's a lot of frivolous music going on. You know what I mean? I want to show something with some substance. Show just the life and energy of the fans of the team. So I think I captured that. So yeah, like my man Vonnie L.A. by the way Ski said, go check that out. Get that to them people. You feel me? Get that there.
Hey. So let's get this out the way. The Team Promise versus Team Tory basketball game. And shout out to Tory.
Shout out Tory.
For some reason, a lot of people can't tell the difference between me and Tory, which is insane. I don't know what that's about.
Y'all
so
brothers.
It's going to be crazy for us to be in the same room.
They're gonna be lost and confused.
But this game, right, is Team Tory versus Team Promise P. Shout out to Promise, man. Make sure y'all go watch that Talk Bad video, man. It's press play centered. You know what I'm saying? Promise P. We got Brad Facts. You know what I'm saying? Some of his merch is in the video.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
All of it. We all except for Promise.
Hey, listen,
shout
man,
out
make
Ray
sure y'all go watch that.
He did a wonderful job.
Ray Shotty was in the building.
He did an awesome job.
But we got
the video.
A whole lineup, man. They got DJ GA, Pastor Locke, Ken Locke, Patrick Johnson Jr., AG the Gift, Aiko, Myron Jewell, J Competition, that's the homie. Shout out to Questions and Kinky, you know what I'm saying?
Kinky's at Options. He's sorry, bro.
My bad.
He's sorry, bro. His fault. He was moving too fast. He was thinking about something else. Don't
I said, that's
took it back. Question.
We got Eric Riley. We got Kyle Hayden and Brother Z, DJ Brother Z. I'm assuming that they are going to be on Team Tory since they on his side of the flyer. But then we got comedian
DJ Brother
Tez.
Z on the ones and twos, though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. We got comedian Tez. The MT twins. We got myself. I ain't even gonna say this brother name and mess it up. We got Wade Chappelle. We got Munch Lauren, Carlos Barnes, DJ Mando. I don't know how he pulled that one. That's crazy. Alex Poole and B Jones. You know what I'm saying? So that's a nice little lineup.
Hold on, y'all. How many people on here? 90 people. Now look at the center picture. Who was that? You ain't say the person in the middle. Who was the person? Look at the flyer.
But you ain't playing though.
Who?
Oh, you play? I thought you was performing. I was gonna separate you as performing. So you playing?
He multifaceted.
I got that. I ain't got no invite.
Now look, I thought you was performing. That's my bad.
My invite say,
well, I'm not
you in the celebrity game.
Well, you say, hey, I'm subbing him in for me.
And I'm holding comedian Tez.
Look,
I'm D'ing him up.
Hey, it's some real hoopers in here. This is gonna be a lit game. You know what I'm saying?
And when is that?
What? How we get the pause on that? You jumping in, AK? Man,
he said he D'ing up comedian Tez.
Yeah, Dickie Tez. Yeah, I hope he watching. D'ing him up. Listen.
That's gonna be October 18th from 3 to 6 at Milwaukee College Prep. You know what I'm saying?
Where that's at? Where Prep at? Is that the one on North?
I don't see an address on here.
I'm pretty sure that's Tatonia and North.
So yeah, Milwaukee College Prep, MCP. We'll see y'all October 18th from 3 to 6. It says tip-off is at 4. So again, shout out to Tory Lowe. And again, y'all, I want to apologize because we have not had Tay Day this year. Tay Day is a whole weekend of basketball where we had an all-star game, and then we have a adult and youth 3-on-3 tournament. That's definitely going to be for sure next year. So I apologize for everybody who wait for that every year. A lot of these folks who in this game usually come out and show out for that game. But shout out to everybody who been doing basketball, like celebrity basketball games and stuff like that, man. I keep telling you, bro, I've been waiting for the celebrity football game to pop back up. It's only been one person that done it. We did it one time, and it never happened again. But it was super lit.
Why they suggested me, though? I got George Washington.
It was Carvel Brooks and all them that did that.
That's still, if I do or don't, my knees still George Washington.
All right, y'all. With that being said, we gonna get into the main topic of the city, and to be honest with y'all, at some point very shortly, the attorney who is Biavri Lamar should be going live with Tory and myself as well to address this whole thing with this so-called new video that somebody posted that's supposed to show that the family is misunderstood. I don't know what they're trying to say. I seen people say they took some money, they lied for the police, all this and that. But I want to make something very clear. So in these cases, and I get it, man, like in Milwaukee, it's a blessing and a curse in a lot of these instances because people join in on this stuff, and sometimes it's extremely helpful. Like, people be detectives, they figure stuff out and all this. This ain't one of them times, y'all. It's not one of them times, and people is really going out their way to keep this going. That video that people have just now released is super grainy. It's far away. You cannot, the important parts of that video that need to be seen, you cannot see in them videos. So for people to be taking that and running with it as if it's some conspiracy, when you have a high level attorney, this attorney is connected. Not only is he his own independent firm and got his own independent work, he also is connected to Ben Crump firm. Y'all know if it was anything in this case that is lawsuitable, that ain't even a word. Sure. But I'm going to create it today because if anything that they saw in this video was lawsuitable, there would be a lawsuit right now.
Absolutely.
That attorney and that mother watched the video, not no grainy, far away video. That vehicle that officer was in had dash cam, and it is crystal clear, and it is very up close. So there is no, you can even hear some of the conversation from what I'm being told. So for people to take this stuff and really just further disrespect the family to insinuate that they are taking money and all of this and that is just, and to be honest, a lot of the people who came forward saying this and that really did it for clout, because you have people who saying they saw this and they know for a fact this didn't happen, but then they backtrack to say, well, I didn't see this, but then now they saying, oh, see, I told y'all, all that weird stuff. Like I said, all the times that I spoke on this, I invited people, and the family did have this video. This is one of the videos that they did have and see. This is not new to them. It is only new to the people who have not seen any video at all. So we backtracking on this one, y'all.
Yeah, he did. We did see the video. Madam Dolphin in the comment section, she said, "So you ain't see the video?"
No, you did the video.
Yeah, so the video from the dash cam, I haven't personally seen because I'll just explain this to y'all, right? And Tori can attest to this too. Because Tory is usually the other person who has done stuff to this level, where when people get to see those videos, usually we will be in the room with the family to see the video with them. Okay. In this instance, they only allowed the lawyer and the mother, right? So I trust the word of this lawyer. I've worked with him on multiple cases. He's handled multiple big cases, high-profile cases, police shooting cases. He is not going to lie for the police, bro. Like, what he told me, what he explained to people that he saw in that video, and what he explained to me he saw in that video, he saw in that video. Because even the day it happened on the scene, the detectives came and spoke to me because I also work with the city for the Office of Community Wellness and Safety. You see, bro, got the shirt on.
Absolutely, yes.
And he was there. He can tell you those detectives came and spoke to us and told us point by point what was on that video. They came because I was under the impression, if you look at the very first post I made, I really was like, Here we go again,
Here we
y'all.
go
And
again.
this ain't, because he undercover on his way to work, it ain't no body cam. I assumed it wasn't no body cam or nothing like that. But come to find out, it's
It was
a dash cam.
cam. Yep, he came right and he explained.
So
Open and shut right
he
away.
was like, it's crystal video. This is what's on it.
This what happened.
This is what we need y'all to, to let the people know. And I made the decision to not say anything because I know we also got the SOPs changed to where the police have to show the family that video within 48 hours. And I was not going to make a comment and tell people what's on that video without them seeing it first. That's just a part of my own credibility and how I move in these situations. So not only did that happen, the lawyer that B. Ivory Lamar, I connected them with that previous night before. I was on the phone with them multiple hours, connecting them with lawyers and giving them insight on how to move. So again, like, this ain't just me talking. When Tori is involved in stuff, usually there's a lawyer involved. When I'm involved in stuff, usually there's a lawyer involved. And we're super in the middle of a lot of these cases. So it ain't speculation. It ain't what we think. If it is any instance like that, I will say, I don't know. This is what I think, but we gonna see. That's usually how I move. So it's just disheartening, man, to see a city and it's people that I really like know and fuck with, and who fuck with me and trust, because I don't like that people who are now sharing this new video like I knew it. Oh yeah, let's riot and all this shit. Like, that, I take that as disrespect too, because that's making it seem like my words to them ain't shit, and now I'm a liar too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how y'all feel about it?
Like, they questioning your integrity.
I'm tapping in with the chat.
Yeah, I'm on them too.
They saying you throwing shots.
And people can
At a
take it
young
how they
lady.
want.
She was just talking crazy to me in the comments though, and that's the crazy part. I reached out to her when she was making all them posts, and she never returned none of my calls or nothing. So if you got so much to say and you witness, or why you hiding? Why you won't come? Why you won't produce what you got? Why you won't come forward? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's on her. And then she tried to backtrack like, oh, well, I never said I saw X, Y, and Z. She tried to backtrack. Now that this video out, she like, oh yeah, I told y'all. But you already saw this stuff. Then you tried to backtrack and say you didn't see the beginning. Now you trying to say you saw what you didn't see before. Now that it's a video that you think you can use, that's crazy, bro.
But to say that you seen something, and then the official video to be shown to the people of importance, and then you to stand on what you seen after these people seen what they seen, and like Vaughn said, at the scene it was open and shut. Could nobody say nothing? The family got to know. The family knew it went down, and now it seems like people are trying to keep the negativity going out. If they're okay with what's going on. Why are you? Oh, we knew it was you're geeking things up that don't need to be geeked up. You don't have factual information at all,
bro.
No factual. I don't care what you're saying. I don't care what anybody is saying. You do not have factual information at all. So you shouldn't be speaking on that. You shouldn't if your information ain't facts. If you didn't get it from the source to know what it is to know, you shouldn't be talking about nothing.
Now look, Black, if you wouldn't have been, like, you've been working with us recently, right?
Yes, sir.
If you wouldn't have been in that position to see what you saw on the scene and how that unfolded, you'd probably be on this other side, right? Of seeing these videos.
That's a possibility. I'm not one to jump online and share my thoughts about stuff, but I probably would have been like, yeah, you know what I mean? So it's understandable, but if you don't know, don't say nothing, because you opening wounds that either are closed or don't need to be open. You see what I'm saying? It's unnecessary.
They're asking, what is the video they've told you guys word for word what they said happened?
They said, where is the video?
What is the video?
The video is the dash cam video.
The dash cam video. So they want to
So
know
let me explain this.
What was on the video?
Let me explain this.
Tell us what they saw in the video.
The dash. So y'all gonna get to see the video. You have to
You're
wait.
You're gonna get to see the video.
So this the thing. Now and so I see Tori is live right now. So at some point I'm assuming the lawyer. I'm not sure if he's jumping on with Tori right now, or if he's going to do his live and Tori jumps on to his. But what y'all have to understand about the process, right, is we got the law, the SOP changed to where, like I said, the family they have to let the family see that video within 48 hours. However, that's the family. However, they have up to 15 days to show us the rest of the community. So that video is going to come out.
You're going to see the video. I don't care what y'all on here saying.
I think people in the comments think you've seen the video.
No, I have not seen the video.
Okay,
the detective told me what was on the video.
They just came and related to us what was on the video.
Biavi also relayed what was on the video, and it matches up. It matches up to what the detective said.
They said, why can't you tell us about what's on the video?
I can. But now I just told y'all two different people who have already, if you have not seen the press conference from the attorney and the family, he laid out everything that was on the video.
Everything that's on the video.
On my live, after the press conference, I reiterate what he told me, and then I had him come back on the live to reiterate what he saw on the video.
So anybody looking for the explanation of that video, he just gave you
right,
two
it's
sources
out, bro.
to
Y'all just got to go look. Y'all
that explanation.
The information we got the day of is the same information that the lawyer got on there and said.
The next day.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You're going to see the exact video
if
on
you need
what
to
happened.
Reiterate it.
I don't care what y'all can be. She didn't change her story. He said this. Well, this is what happened. This is what we see in the blurry video.
Changed multiple times.
You're gonna see the clear video of exactly what happened.
Listen, you know how crazy it is. I had somebody who I personally also work with, right? Who said they cousin drove up to them and stopped and asked them, "Hey, y'all all right?"
Facts.
Like people had whole conversations with them in that version of the story. They ain't nowhere on that video.
Oh no.
This the type of shit people doing.
Why do people care? Why do people care about that so much to be able to keep doing that? Yeah, you gotta be a part
of it in the middle of it, bro. And listen,
but your life is in shambles.
You think I want somebody to? You think I want a shooting to be justified? Like I'm giving every opportunity for people to come forth and prove. And like I said, 90% of these people who just saying stuff don't have no proof. They just saying stuff.
And actually, on the scene, myself included, on the scene, it looks as if, you know what I mean, it wasn't justified until they came with the information.
Right.
Now, could nobody say that? You can't argue with the factual information. They didn't come hiding. They walked over, called the boss over there, relayed the information. We do, okay, there you go. It ain't.
Now, and at the end of the day, when we see it now, and at this point, and y'all heard before we went live, the attorney and the family is now going to go against their own wishes and say, fuck it, let the video out as soon as possible. Since motherfuckers want to do this shit and disrespect us, we done asked for y'all to give us time to grieve and to bury him and to kind of like accept what's going on. Y'all gonna make us just put this shit out tomorrow so we can relive and see our family member. You know what I'm saying? This happened for the whole world to see forever now. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all putting them in a position where it's crazy to say that somebody is doing something for money because. And that's not even how the process works. They not finna pay you before there's a lawsuit. The man ain't even put a lawsuit in. That's crazy, bro.
Can you read so in the chat? Can you reiterate? So yes, the detectives shared the information. We work for the city, and they work for the city.
And that's Vaughn. That's you and
yes.
Vaughn.
Myself and Vaughn.
You can see it on his shirt.
We work for the city of Milwaukee, and
through subcontract. We don't do directly work for the city, but through that direct work that we do for the city, the police know who we are, right? And a lot of times they will give us information, because one, we're out there to be mediators, right? So if they've done it in multiple cases before, including the situation with people I personally know who have gotten murdered, where their family, for instance, Roz who was killed on at McDonald's on Titonia and Villard, right? So one of the individuals found a gun in the bushes, and people was pissed like, how y'all investigate this scene and it's a whole gun in the bushes and it's here the next day, right? So somebody from the department have called, and this ain't just the police department. NPS has done this, the county, all types of people have done this in different situations. So this is like common practice, right? Mm-hmm. But it's through the work that we've done that they know like people ain't gonna believe them. They know people ain't gonna believe them, right? But they know that one, we not just gonna go out and say what they tell us to say. We gonna do our due diligence too. But they know if it's something that can be proven, like this is just what it is, they gonna let us know that. That in that situation they called, they went and got the gun, and from that point on, where people didn't trust that they was doing a good investigation, somebody got a detective on the phone with me all the time through that case. I'm not gonna say they didn't call the family and get them information. But they let me have information to be like, make sure you let the family know this is where we at, this is what we got, this is what's going on. This happen all the time, bro. So People need to understand it's a difference between y'all speculating and we really do this shit like in real life, like in the middle of these situations, dealing with the evidence and all that shit.
We just saying, we haven't said if somebody's wrong or not wrong. We just said wait for the actual video. That's great. The video's grainy, and I'm going off the chat. It just wait for.
How you gonna say he never touched?
Just wait for the video to come out. And
That's what I'm saying. They just don't want to wait for the video. You want to go off this grainy video where you can't even see what happened.
You know how when somebody won't tell you yay or nay and you just get mad? That's what they do.
Listen. So for people who saying that they don't, this make them not trust none of us, right? You know how many people reach out to us about they family member case? How many cases we've gotten people justice for? Like, come on, bro. If you don't want our help, if you don't trust it, then I don't know who else you're gonna go to. You ain't gonna be able to go to nobody. At the end of the day, you're not gonna be able to go to nobody. What do you think we there for?
Yeah, we here to make sure everything, man.
Like, that's crazy, bro.
But listen, it is what it is. You know, you can believe what you want.
And then, you know what's even crazier? The police got mad at me for my first post. They talking shit to me. Talking to other people in the department, like, whose side is dude on? But this the type of shit people want to say though. When somebody is there helping you, putting they self at risk, getting them, they mad at me now. Well, like I'm doing something wrong by being in the middle and trying to be fair and balanced. And I'm on the side of right, like I said. Right. If that officer, what I told the family before I even connected them with an attorney, y'all need to view that video first. If that video shows anything different than what they said told us happened, we gonna go from there. Because how many times have that happened where they said this is what you gonna see in this video and we watch it and that don't be what happened? This ain't one of them times, bro.
One of them. And for those viewing the 150, the video is clear.
Y'all listen, y'all dying on the wrong hill, bro. This is crazy. Like a super grainy video. I would see if it was crystal clear and we could all see the same thing, bro. You can't even tell nothing from that video. You can't even, there's no details you can get out of that video.
You can make any assumption you want to. You can say that he did something or he didn't do something.
I think it's just a lot of people viewing stuff from their own hurt, trauma, and whatever through that lens. And then other people just trying to be Facebook detectives.
I think some people we got a bad thing of like keeping mess going because some people know better and they just playing on people's emotions for shit. Because if it wasn't about that, the very first person who shared that video, everybody would have just shared his video. I've seen 4 or 5 people screenshot that video and post it from their page. Why would you do that? What is the point of doing that? Instead of just sharing the original video. That means you want that traffic on your page. Come on, bro, with that weird shit. That shit weird. And like I said, I had this information from jump. I didn't say nothing. I could have went live and try to be the first motherfucker to break the case and say what I know. I didn't do that.
I just want to know whether whoever's right or wrong when the video comes out, if the energy is going to be the same on either side. Like,
no, some motherfuckers just still not going to trust it. At the end of the day, like, listen, like I told Adam, who is over the office now, sometimes, bro, it don't matter what you say or do. Some people are just not going to fuck with you. They just not going to want to believe what you saying. They going to find every reason to go against whatever you show or tell them. You're never going to have a right answer. You're never going to have a right answer.
You're bored and miserable. How you got that much time? I knew that the police was, well, you know your kitchen dirty.
Oh, shit.
And that's right.
Listen.
Y'all killing me. I'm watching it. I don't say much. I just be watching. Everybody sharing it. Man, I can't believe that Milwaukee is tripping it, but your kids' feet dirty.
Right.
Because you owe some people some money.
Man, dude.
You ain't paid the landlord. And you didn't handle your hygienic procedures this morning. But you are here telling people how the man did. You don't know what's going on with that man and his family, man. You don't know what's going on. I pray for both families and everybody in this situation, whoever right and whoever wrong. But I pray that y'all get y'all shit together.
These the same people, though, right? Who they family member are going to shoot up a crowd of people and then get mistreated in the jail, and then they want to call me to help them. These are the same people, though.
It's a lot of people
Like, y'all gotta get off that weird shit, bro. Cause y'all,
I did notice that real bad in this city. Well, I'm sure it's everywhere, but yeah, it's all fun and games until it's one of their family members or whatever. Then they want motherfuckers to move different.
Man, it's somebody doing some sexual harassment. It's somebody doing some bullshit they ain't got no business, and y'all worry about this, and it's in your family. It's some abuse going on, and y'all overlooking a whole bunch of shit that's going on right under your nose to be talking about some shit you don't know nothing about. I'm telling you, you ain't been to a parent-teacher conference in 3 years.
I'm just saying, y'all got to be careful with speculation.
Come on, man.
I listen, bro. I just fought the feds for 10 years, and the idiocy it takes for people to be like, dude, snitching. When I started with 3 charges, it went to 5, then it went to 7. How the fuck do I get more and more charges if I'm snitching?
But they brother told on everybody.
This is just dumb, bro. It don't even make sense.
Brother told on everybody.
Like, come on, dude, bro. Like, we got so much going on in this city that deserve our attention. And just from a perspective, right, of actual police shootings where something is done wrong. Go look up who names is associated with them cases and who rolled for them fucking families. Ain't gonna be a whole long list of names. It's gonna be the same motherfuckers every time. So again, if you can't trust the people who doing this work, like, we not putting ourselves in the middle. Well, all of us ain't, but if you don't trust us, you don't have nobody else to trust. Ain't nobody else gonna fight these causes for you.
At all.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, who do the people trust? If you don't trust the law enforcement, which I could understand, but then you don't trust the community leaders and the people that's, investing their own time and assets and whatever, then who do y'all trust?
So I would also say, because I just seen a comment, right? It's not as common practice, right? I don't know why they did that this way, where they only allowed the lawyer and one person from the family to see that video. They should have allowed more people from the family to see the video, because I think a lot of people, because they didn't physically see it themselves, even from the family, they just trust the lawyer and that, that person's, the mother's word, right? Which is, I would still have questions too if I didn't physically see it myself, when I got to wait like everybody else, right? I'm not saying we not wrong to still question, because people have not seen the video. So I'm not saying y'all wrong at all about still asking questions, but to factually go out and say that this didn't happen and this didn't happen, like, it is fact, bro, is wrong. You can't do that. You just can't.
If I say I'm okay and this didn't happen, how you gonna turn around and say, yes, you did? How you do that? I'm telling you, 40. He ain't slapped me, 40. He didn't slap you, bro. He didn't slap me. He did.
I seen it.
You seen it. Where was
those
I?
niggas will lie in a second and ask. That's why I said quit throwing spice on shit, bro.
You seen, man, go on, man.
Throwing spice on shit, bro. And it don't even be. It don't. Come on, man. It's bad enough we had this happened, and we gotta see the shit we gotta see. Bro. It's bad enough that what you think I want, right? To let somebody get away to the point we have officers that are on their way to work or from work, getting into physical and verbal altercations with motorists, regular everyday citizens, and having shootouts, and you think I want to let that person get off?
No,
you think
not,
that's
not
what I want
that.
some common shit to happen?
Not just that.
Come on,
do they think that a motherfucker looked at the video, the same one they looked at, watched it, and seen something in the video and said, oh, okay, ain't nothing happened? So you think that a motherfucker didn't see the video, if something happened, we wouldn't have jumped up and said, hey, this ain't what they said? Man, go on, man. These people is...
Is Black Mike fixed?
Is my mic
for
fixed?
all of y'all who?
Hey man, how y'all? Ain't nobody gonna say that y'all watched him just gonna put his hands all in my face and like that. And then
the video that listen,
y'all couldn't see.
I will say,
I hear you perfectly fine.
Y'all ain't see that.
Oh yeah,
it's fine.
Well, I don't know why. Maybe
but he fixed it because he can't put his hands all in my face. And then y'all couldn't see it. Y'all couldn't see it because he had his back to the camera. He was looking me all in my face like I'm
so for clarity, y'all, that is not the video that the family. They have seen that video before. That video is only new to y'all. I'm gonna reiterate that because they same as me. When I ask people if y'all got video to submit it. I talked to the lawyer before we started this live, and he said they had that video already. So and again on his live, he's going to say that was one of the first videos he saw, and he thought the same thing from watching that video. Is what he said to me until he saw the other video. Like, come on, y'all. Yes, that video is from far away, and it's
to put that in layman's terms, guys. The family seen the video that you guys are seeing. Like, this is not new or
they have seen that video before.
Y'all just catching
y'all
up.
Trying to cause an outrage over the family.
And I'm telling y'all,
video already.
You're talking about a video that's far away and grainy versus a video that's right there and crystal clear. It's not going to be when you see this other video. We should all be able to come to the same. Again, some of y'all just not gonna want to believe it, and it's a conspiracy and all that shit. I don't know who can help you.
But I feel like that's like so disrespectful to the family, because it's sad enough that they gone through that, but to be for people to come up with the conspiracy that they doing, taking money for it or whatever.
That's insane.
I don't know.
To me, that's so.
How you go from this never happened, the dude never hit him, to the people is taking money to cover up for the police? You just don't like the police. You got some felonies, don't you?
Come on, man.
Go ahead, my fault. My bad. This is crazy. This city just ceases to the family taking hush money.
Listen,
yeah,
y'all.
I can't imagine like what they think as all this is unfolding.
Yeah,
like on top of the initial hurt.
Condolences though for the family of the victim,
yeah.
Regardless of what the situation is tragic.
And I would even say for the officer, because from the narrative, right, of that and some people was mad for me saying there's still stuff he should have did different and wrong too. That would have not had that situation escalate like that. I still will say that as you on your way to work, you off duty, whatever it is, if you get into a verbal altercation with somebody and then a physical accident with your vehicle, in my opinion, as an officer who's about to be clock in to work or clocking out of work, whatever the case may be, he should have, the first thing that should have came out of his mouth when he got out that car is, I'm a law enforcement officer. I'm telling you, that would have made a world of difference, bro. Like, and people like, well, it shouldn't make it makes a difference, because if two citizens get into an accident and shoot at each other, ain't no hugs and you finna just go home. They ain't finna be, you finna go through a whole process where they gotta prove that you defended yourself, or they not gonna charge you. You're not gonna go through the same thing. They are protected. They have protections whether they on duty and off duty. So they should exemplify themselves in situations to avoid this type of shit. That's just going. That's protections for them and for the people that they running into the community.
That's wild. Yeah, I think you should have definitely identified this.
Yeah, because that's still in question. At no point, and it ain't even been said that he did. The only thing that he did is after he shot and killed that man, he went in his car and put his badge on. He put his badge on. That's the wrong time to do it. Why would you do it at all? If it don't matter, he knew to go in there and put that badge on after the fact. Let's not play stupid, bro. Like, no, if you get into a fender bender with a person and they get out and they got a police badge on, you think you finna up a gun on them? Hell no.
Yes, the accident, to the chat. Yes, the accident did happen. It was a slice fender bender, and that's how it started. Yes.
Like, come on, bro. I know what I'm talking about, doing this shit for 10 plus years, bro. And people have no idea the shit that I've dealt with standing up for this type of shit. I've seen somebody like, what change has been, if I could roll off all the changes that's been made since motherfuckers been doing this work and making sure that the SOPs is changed and that this is changed and that is changed. Y'all, I mean, listen, even the shit that happened on the scene where usually it was a time years ago where if your family member was dead over there on the ground, you wouldn't talk to a detective. They would dismiss you until they was ready to call you hours and hours later. People go to the line like, that's my son, and they like, bitch, get out of here. Now they talk to you. They make sure they talk to you. If you break through that tape, usually you would get tackled, arrested, beat the fuck up, thrown in cars. That's what used to happen. That don't happen no more. Why do you think that don't happen no more?
Why is that?
Because we did the work to make sure that from the top down, they told them don't do that shit.
And somebody ran under the tape because they
a whole crowd of motherfuckers. Nobody got arrested. None of that shit.
They came over there and they de-escalated. They did a decent job. in the situation, considering the circumstances, on what they could have done. It's just my personal opinion, and I ain't biased.
I hate anytime we have a police shooting in this city, bro. I just immediately get tired, like, because unfortunately it ain't never. I'm not gonna say it ain't never. Under certain circumstances, it will become way less likely. Milwaukee has so many of them compared to other places nationally. You might hear a one or two here or there. We have them all the time, But nobody want to deal with qualified immunity. Nobody want to deal with the police union and how it don't matter what they do. They gonna make sure they got 2, 3, 4 lawyers. Like, they gonna represent them whether they know they bogus or not. Like, it's just, unfortunately, and again, it's only certain lawyers that even go to war with them and hold them accountable if they do something wrong. B. Ivy Lamar is one of them. One out of like 3 or 4 that's taking on all the cases across the state. Like, people don't even, and then you want to talk crazy about this man, somebody he taking money. If something happened to you, who you think you gonna have to call? Ain't no other lawyer gonna come help you against no police.
He gonna be like, remember you said I was taking money?
Come on, man. Like, come on. Y'all, that's just crazy.
I'm definitely gonna say that if it was me. Remember you said that?
This social media got people twisted, bro. Like, people think that dramatizing shit and just keeping shit going it's really no boundaries. Like, and no, there's no limits to what you can do. I can keep saying that the police was wrong because people want to hear that and they gonna share it, and like, that shit wrong to me,
bro. They want to hear. They want to hear what's in their brain. They want it to match. If it don't match, then it ain't right. Whatever's in their brain is their reality. Crazy work.
Yeah. Definitely crazy work. And then social media is their place to put it out.
I'm trying to tell you.
Everybody else.
And there's some people out there just waiting to catch that bullshit.
Mm-hmm. There's some people who gonna get behind it no matter what.
No matter what. They could be, no matter what. You're absolutely correct. They're going to get, I'm talking about charged, laced boots, everything.
For real.
Best rifle, they getting behind that shit and blowing.
Minimal information, no research.
Yeah.
No nothing. Just
no
a
nothing.
Facebook status.
Facts.
Oh, yeah, no, this what happened right here. This is exactly the facts right here from this status.
And find out they wrong. Oh, stuff happens. We could have been right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
For people who want to know more about this specifically, Tory is live with B. Ivy Lamar right now. I'm more than sure they probably been on the live for a minute.
If you want to know more about that.
And again, for people who were saying it don't matter, this is another reason why it matters, because we still don't know his name. We don't have no straight up picture of him.
We don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So again, this is why it matters and why they should, because they get all the protections of an officer whether they on duty or not. So you got to put protections and barriers in place just to make sure this type of shit don't happen at all. Hold on, y'all.
Like a hoodie that he had on, he put the handgun out and then he kind of slapped him with it one time. So it happened so quick that it would be consistent as if you punched somebody. So that's essentially what he did with the firearm. So it wasn't like no repeated action. It didn't last for a long period of time. So he did that one time. Then afterwards, his arm was kind of extended with the firearm in the direction of the off-duty officer, and he responded with several shots within seconds. So, that's what took place. So again, I think that is where the vagueness of what pistol whip is, and hopefully I've addressed that of what actually took place. But that is what happened.
Well, is there anything else that we can talk about? Because I'll say this: when we talk about the family,
and if you tuned in, you can hear
being
the live that Vine is playing right now
for what they
on the microphone. If you got
them.
any questions, just listen.
I commend them because that got to be hard for a family to have a situation where a loved one was unalived by an off-duty police officer, and that right there sounds alarming.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Because even on this live, right, where it's clear he just said that he slapped the man with the gun.
He slapped the man with the gun and then extended his hand.
Check this out. Somebody said, so he hit him one time and the officer shoots him several times. Send that officer to jail.
What?
That's what I'm saying. You will never have a right answer, bro. You will never have a right answer.
He smacked
Not
the officer.
only did he slap him, he pointed the gun at him, bro.
I'm gonna kill you. I introduced the gun to the
and
situation.
they exchanged. We was J Love in the building. J Love in the building. On top of that, he also fired shots. The officer didn't fire all the shots.
And one of our members on the scene that day, she lives around the corner from the scene of the crime. She told us she was on the phone and she heard an exchange of shots. She said that.
Okay, you can hop back in, J Lo. You can take my seat, and I'm gonna make sure that they don't want me on this live. But definitely keep it going.
So it was an exchange of shots, and that's how that go. You know what I mean? And you just heard it from the attorney. Again, said that he slapped him with the weapon and then pointed it in his direction. If that's not, I'm finna do some harmful to you after I just did something harmful to you, I don't know what to say. That's just what it seems like to me. So let them people grieve. Let those people, let that family have their time, however they gonna have it. And y'all go worry about what y'all gotta worry about.
Facts.
Karma said, who shot first? Who shot first? He hit him with the gun. How you get past that part? How you get past? You told who shot first? Do that matter? If somebody hit you with a gun and you got a conceal to carry, what are you gonna? Your gun is right there. What are you gonna do? They introduced a weapon to a fender bender. It was a minor fender bender. It was two nice vehicles. Well, one with insurance and a very nice one. I'm assuming that the officer had insurance. It's gonna get paid for. You introduced a weapon to a situation that didn't cause for that. What do you expect to happen if the other person is armed and in fear of their life or being harmed? And that's the law, if I'm not mistaken, in Wisconsin. You got to be like 2 seconds within death to shoot. I think that's what it is, or something like that. Don't quote me.
I can't remember the time frame, but yeah, it is something with like feeling threatened with death.
Yeah, you gotta. And if you introduce a gun, how much more threatened do you need?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, we need some. I mean, 43 some assistance.
Yeah, cause my mic's too loud.
You back?
It's gonna keep going down because I tried it. There we go.
But yeah, you can't argue with those facts. The attorney, the person that's like Von said, the person that will go after the lawsuit if it was a lawsuit available, is he's received. The family is, hey, it's okay, it's justified. I don't know nobody who lost a loved one by the hands of law enforcement. So,
yeah, that was interesting when I seen them come back with that. I was like, well,
come on now.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either.
I seen a lot of people posting about this man. And then when that came, they was like, it was a whole different story. Like, man, this man that hit this man and y'all over. Because was it like a witness that said that didn't happen that way or something like that? Yeah. It was like a witness that said that he didn't do.
She said that she seen him shoot him and he was unprovoked.
Wow.
I seen it. And then when the video came, when the family said this, she came back and stood next to that and said, I seen what I seen. So the family seen the clear video exactly what happened, but you gonna sit and say you seen what you seen.
So, well, maybe she didn't see that first part, though.
But why not say that?
It could have been clear. It could have been that, but you could have been like, well, maybe I just didn't.
Come on now. Don't say I seen
maybe I only synced it from the part where this happened.
Come on now.
Yeah. So.
You didn't watch. Uh-oh. Y'all know he gave it to the right person.
What is that?
He gave it to the right. Some mess. You know I'm going to read
Tell it.
It say, shake my head. Niggas just got to press the issue like they the detectives that's going to crack the case with the granny far away ass video talking about what they see. Motherfuckers, you can barely see anything in the video. Say a couple people say right, then the lady say, man, this lady, Miss Roberts.
What's up, Miss
Miss
Roberts?
Whitney Roberts.
What Miss Roberts do?
She said, Devon, man, shut up. Your ass is all, shut your ass up. All y'all literally let the internet bully me for 3 days when all knew this video existed, and we're going to literally the internet deem me a liar to protect the cop that hit the car. But you got bullied, but he didn't hit the car, and then he was assaulted, and then that happened. Okay, yeah. Then Vaughn, he goes back, you got bullied? I think that's how he wrote it.
Wait, so
too.
is this the girl that synced the video?
Yes. This is the lady.
She made the statement.
This is the lady that was. This is the lady.
So y'all know, this is the lady that made the statement that the guy did not have a gun, didn't hit the officer. Okay, keep
Edit
going.
the post. This is the lady that was asleep and had a premonition that this happened. Woke up, rolled past the scene of the crime. It actually happened right after she left. She said, "Oh, this is what I seen."
So what she mad at you for though?
Hold on, let me finish. He said you got bullied. Nah, you spoke on shit as facts, talking about you didn't see it, but you did.
This was Vaughn saying back
Yeah.
there.
You tried to backtrack and you still trying to act like you ain't lie, baby. This is called compulsive liar when you start to believe your own. You was the main one making the main one. I seen it because they shared it and it was on the Shade Room. That means you went viral. Acting like you had
Wait,
facts.
it was on the Shade Room?
I
Yes.
ain't know that.
The lawyer and Shade Room, you watching, put this on there too. The lawyer and the family ain't lying about what they watched with their own eyeballs,
Right,
baby.
right.
Come on now. And then she say, Vaughn, you spoke on what the fuck I saw. What the fuck? I think, yeah, what the fuck? That's what she said. What the fuck I saw, and if you go back on my post, it matches the video to the I don't want to keep reading because you're lying. You're lying. I'll tell you. Interviews right here, I'll tell you you're lying. Baby, you're lying. You're lying. It's okay. Say you lying. It's gonna die. This Milwaukee we forgive.
Like you said.
Shooting him some more.
No, she
Do
said.
you ever see him? This is what she said.
He never ran. Uptown.
But she said that man, white man, dude was sitting there, unarmed and unprovoked, and dude went up to him,
And shot him.
walked him down and shot. Do you ever see that white man
No,
go
he
to the front of
runs.
that car?
He runs.
He went backwards, right?
He runs.
Oh, okay.
But the video
That's
is
a lie
from the
right
angle
there.
I watched from and shows literally everything I said. No, it's not. The angle the real angle, the clear one, shows it was justified. Is you gonna argue with these people and you just listen, baby?
Or baby girl, you could just say I didn't see the beginning of it. I
She
only
did
seen
say
the
that
half
though.
of it.
But now she keep trying to backtrack and act like when she lied and said she saw the shit that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Now she keeps saying, "Oh, I was right." But you lied the first time saying you saw it, and then when you didn't see it.
Okay, now we know who you are, Whitney Roberts. We know who you are. Now.
Don't put her name out there.
The city knows who you are. You went viral. You are well known in the city now. You are known like Lil Frank. Okay, we know you, Whitney
Frank.
Roberts.
Not like Lil Frank.
Because you shouldn't do that, and you still on here days after
Yeah, you should
on
just
that.
be quiet,
Come
my
on,
baby.
baby. Just
like you should just be quiet at this
come
point.
on now. Come on now. And why y'all? You know what?
Like going back and forth on people's comments is crazy to me. Like, why are you adding me, bro? Like,
Actually, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is a form of bullying that you're doing when you do that. That's a form of bullying.
The lawyer's in the stream.
You feel me? And you can be sued for this
Yeah,
slander.
you can come back then.
He's in the stream on the. We finna be alive.
All right, y'all. We about to connect with the lawyer. and
Yes, the
get y'all
lawyer is
some
finna come
actual
on. So
intel.
share the live for
So we can
those
stop all
who
this
may want to
guessing
know.
and speculating
If you
and
didn't
the
catch the live
bullshit.
with Tori Lowe, the lawyer is finna tap in right now on the Press Play podcast.
on Press Play Podcast.
Yes.
Let's get it.
So if you want to hear what's going on, if you want to hear from the horse's mouth, you understand, or close to the horses you gonna get at this moment, you need to tap in and share the live.
So we're gonna be back at square root one about y'all can only ones gonna hear them. I think.
Whitney Roberts, you need to be on here. Tag her, y'all. Tag Whitney so she can hear
tag
this.
her. That'll
She
be.
needs to hear this, and you need
In
to go
her
on.
defense,
Ain't none.
I'm not in her
gonna say,
defense. Say it. What?
devil's advocate, like y'all saying, because I didn't see all her posts, that maybe she, seen parts of it,
But if the
right? But then people be scared of accountability.
Did
I'm
she
not
say
saying that's okay,
Did she say she synced it live,
Yes.
like while it was happening?
Yes.
So then she could have missed the first part, but then she went back and said she seen the whole part after
she
they.
said,
After
so she
thank you.
once
Naya.
they did, so this was
Keep
her
tagging
comments
her,
was
Naya.
during the process
Like
of it
people-
happening, like when it first happened, right?
Okay.
The chief did a press conference that was way later in the day.
Mm-hmm.
She started sharing that, saying
They was
they
lying.
was lying.
Okay.
He never did that, which she already said she never saw the beginning. So how you gonna say these people lying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
trying to
So-
stand, it's
So
still
the
trying to
video
stand
is
on
not
it.
a public video.
No.
That's something that just the
So
authorities
somebody
and the
somebody
family
put a
saw.
ring camera
Yeah.
video out now that people are, but it's super far ingrained. You can't even
It's
see
not
no
the
details.
video that the
No.
that the
No, it's
okay.
So
no.
at the scene, they came and told us what was going on, what was on the video. It was, and then they was gonna be releasing it in 2 days, and that's what happened. They told us exactly.
I just only see us on.
Oh,
He is on here. So
Yeah,
y'all, the lawyer is B.I. Lamar is on the stream.
How
with us.
are you,
By the
sir?
way,
My bad, y'all. Y'all may not be able to hear us.
How many headphones? You got all of them?
So give us 1 second, B. We want to hear you, and so we gonna have to throw on some headphones so we can hear you. Can the stream hear him right now though? Can you say something real quick, bro?
They're saying that she was on every news stream. Can we roll up a little bit?
I was just saying sometimes people be scared.
Did you hear him say something?
Wrong.
Yeah, that's true. But when it's something big like this,
Yeah, or serious.
But she,
yeah,
but,
you
but
should-
she wasn't
you
scared
know,
to
you
say
need
something
to
about
be-
it though. You were scared to say, but
Right.
you wasn't
But
scared.
that's how
to,
most humans is. I'm not saying it's okay, but I understand.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all.
Ask him to make sure he is unmuted because we hear.
Can you say something? Say something for me.
Do you see a unmute button?
I can't even hear him on this end. I can't hear nothing up here.
he may have went live muted though. Like,
Yeah, we know y'all.
Or
We
do we have to go back
there we
in?
go. Can you say something? Say something for me. I can hear the chat right now.
You can hear the chat.
Yeah, I can hear you. I
Oh,
can hear everything. Say something. Unmute yourself. See if you're muted.
He said he's not muted.
You're not muted. I can see him.
oh man.
I can't hear him. I can hear you fine.
So do me a favor, B. Just call me directly on the phone, and I'll put you on speaker.
Man, we almost had it, man. I was looking cool on the end.
He probably using his. If you're if you can stay on the stream, I don't know if you're using your phone. I think I just heard something.
He got off already.
Okay.
Oh, he's off.
Oh yeah, he was using his phone.
He probably was he using the dial-in, or was he using Wi-Fi?
Okay, we got him. Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
We got him on here.
Can we hear him good?
I can hear him. Perfectly
Okay.
fine.
So we on the phone with we got B.I. Lamar on the line. I know you just wrapped up a live with Tori. But we wanted, we've been having this conversation for the last hour or so, and we wanted for people to hear directly from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what we touched about earlier, because you did explain to me, like, this ain't a new video as far as to yourself or the family as their attorney, right?
Right. Yeah, it's not a new video. We actually had that video. We received it, I want to say probably like Friday morning. So we had that video, and that, it helped shed some light as to what happened. And we also had, people who claimed to have witnessed what took place. I've been in direct contact with them, getting their accounts, getting their narratives of what they said. Mm-hmm. And again, I would be the first to agree. When I first saw the video, I'm like, I kind of felt in part the same way that a lot of people in the city feels, like, oh man, this wasn't, I don't see no pistol whipping. I don't see, no big physical altercation. I don't see nothing like that. It happened. It looked almost as if he just kind of walked up, maybe some words was exchanged, and several times. That's what it kind of almost looks like based off of this video.
Yeah.
So that was my feeling. I have text messages to
He-
prove it.
he
I
cut
was
out.
going back and forth with some
feel
people in my circle, the publicists that I have. We had talking points ready to address what the video does not show.
Okay.
So that was our standpoint. So we felt in large part the same way that the city feels. However, at 3:00 on Friday afternoon, Me, his mother, a couple other family members were outside of the police station, and me and his mom, because they only allow you to have 2 people to come in to actually view the video. Me and her, I said, let's just keep an open mind. Let's see what they got. And I also said that we are not going to volunteer that we actually have a video. I want to see what they have first. Mm-hmm. So I already kind of knew what to look for because I was already familiar with what actually did take place. So when we sat down and looked at the video, I would tell you that my mind was blown. I mean, it was clear. I want to say, I don't know if it's 4K or HD or what you want to call it, but the vantage point that they had from that dash cam was clear. And it's also from the proximity. It's not from across the street where you got school buses going back and forth.
Right.
It's from literally maybe 5 feet away. So it was clear. You could actually hear some of the things that they were saying as he was walking, to the car. You could kind of hear them, saying whatever, a couple of things. And then you see them walk directly in front of the car. I mean, I could not express how clear it was. And what I saw, he had on a hoodie. If you look at his right hand, it goes into that hoodie pocket, and he grabs a firearm. He grabs the gun, and he slaps the off-duty officer with it. So as I've said in Tori's live, our interpretation of what pistol whipping might differ. So I said, I don't know if I watch too many movies of what the case is, but when I think of pistol whipping, I'm thinking of somebody just going back and forth with the gun several times. That ain't what happened. You know what I'm saying? What happened, what is more consistent with, is that he just got struck with the gun. Kind of like he just punched somebody. Yeah. He basically punched him with his firearm. And then after that, you could kind of see, him still kind of pointing the gun in the direction of the off-duty officer, and then he, returns several shots. So that's what the video is going to show. But it happened so quickly, but it wasn't that hard for us to see. I mean, we didn't have to stop the video. We didn't have to, do none of that. We watched it twice, and after that, I was a bit taken back from what I saw. The West Dallas Police Department was present. The Milwaukee Police was present, and they were open. They had the captain there. Any questions that we had, me and his mother, they were ready to answer. But the problem was that after looking at that video, we didn't have no questions because we were just kind of taken back because we were faced with the facts and the reality of what really took place.
Right.
So now I want to just kind of let you know how it became to this family, doing a press conference. So I will tell you that the press conference had already been set up. It was set up for 4:30. We're now leaving the police department at 3:30. And we, you got to understand the tremendous agony that this family was faced with. They now dealing with trying to reconcile that, yeah, he did have a gun. Yeah, he did. I don't know if you want to call it pistol whipping, but he did slap the officer with the gun. That happened. So now we have a decision to make. Are we going to come before the city where everybody's already kind of divided, got all these different narratives going around, and just say, oh, we just going let the video see, you'll see the video, make your own conclusion, which we know that the city's going to see it within 15 days anyway. Right. Or is this a unique opportunity as a family to stand up, take accountability for what we saw, and try to lead the city toward healing? Mm-hmm. That was a difficult decision that this family made, and that's what they did on Friday afternoon.
In less than an hour, the whole family came together and made that decision.
Yes.
Man, y'all got to fix on the stream. I don't know if you want to. They said they got the audio fixed on the stream now, but I don't know if you want to continue on the phone or you want to jump back on the stream.
It don't matter.
Let's get you on the stream because apparently people like seeing you.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I had people tell me, "Oh, I need a lawyer now," from seeing him on the live. But y'all hearing it from the attorney, and like I said, there are only not even a handful. You have B. Ivory Lamar, you got Kimberly Motley, you got Verona Swanigan, who will take some of these cases. And then you have the guy who represented the NBA player. I believe his name is Thomas. I'm forgetting his name, but he actually Mark Thompson. He was actually my attorney for a second with my we got him on stream. Is he able to hear and everything good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear everything. Vaughn is in the chat. It say and I just want to hear your take on this. Maybe you can ask the lawyer. To shoot, she said, to overshoot, and I don't have an opinion on this. To overshoot is crazy. One shot would have been good enough. You agree with that?
This the thing so in a number of years of doing these police cases, y'all, and this is another opportunity for people to get involved in the legal standpoint of this stuff, right? There is so when you hear them talk about police shootings, they always talk about stopping the threat. Mm-hmm. The difference is with their training and with that wording, there's no difference in between stopping the threat and killing a person. So whatever in they training and in their mind legally, whatever it takes to stop that threat, they're able to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of these cases we can say it's overkill, but legally it's not. There's no limitations to what they can do. Which is why I'm telling people they need to put barriers in place when possible to make sure that certain things ain't happening, so that you don't get shot in the back while you running, and certain things that that can be loopholes that they get away with. That people be like, why would we do that? Why does that matter? A lot of this stuff matter, but legally there is no separation between those two things. B. Ivory Lamar, you can go ahead with your comments. I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah, no. I think you're absolutely right. I mean, I think that the way that police officers are trained, as you said, is to stop the threat. What's the decision is? Oh, can you hear me?
Nope.
No.
You gotta send that audio over here. They might be able to hear you on the chat, though.
I'm not sure.
Yep. Yep, he can.
Oh, yeah, they can hear on the screen.
But we can't hear him.
That's all right.
Don't worry.
Yeah, we can hear. They can hear you on the stream, bro. Go ahead.
All right. So what I was saying,
just mute our mics while he's talking. That way he won't. Go ahead, bro.
All right. So no, I think that you were absolutely right that police officers are trained to stop the threat. Many times, once they determine that there's an imminent threat that exists, they can do whatever they need to, including using deadly force, to stop the threat. So when you are placed in that position as an officer, many people are, you got to kind of think about what's going on in their mind. Are you going to take one shot and hope that it hits you, or hope that? All right, I think there's some feedback. Hey, Vaughn, I'm going to give you a call.
Yeah, I can hear him.
You got to kind of think about what's going on in their mind. Are you going to say,
one
shot and hope that it hits you, or hope that?
Ooh.
I think there's some feedback. Hey, Vaughn, I'm going to give you a call.
He said we can hear
Okay.
him.
No, go. Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right, I think it's probably better this way. But no, I was just saying that I think that you are, absolutely correct. That once you place in a position of deciding to use deadly force, or that is justified, that's based off of the fact that there's an imminent threat.
Right.
And if anybody, including, this is not even just police tactics, this is also applies to civilians. If you are in a situation where you feel that as a reasonable person that there's an imminent threat to your life, you can use whatever force is necessary to stop the threat. Now, of course, when it's our loved one, we want to say, man, you shot too many times, man, you could have just shot once and all of that. But the reality is that, you got to think about if it's you. Are you going to just try to shoot one time and hope with somebody that has a gun? You could actually hit them, and that don't mean that you have, stopped them from actually returning fire and killing you. So when you talk about stopping the threat, a lot of times they will shoot several times.
Yep.
In this case, I think it is important because what the video is also going to show, and I'll just deal with that now, is that he did shoot, I want to say maybe like 5-6 shots. And then you see Elijah pop up on the other side of the car, maybe a couple seconds later. And then you're going to see another probably 4 or 5 shots.
Yep.
And again, all of that's going to be justified.
Right.
You know, and when we talk about justified, just so that we understand what
From
a
their
legal
legal,
standard-
yep.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that you have to agree with it, right? It don't mean that you got to be like, oh yeah, we agree that the officer should have done that. It just means that we don't believe that there's a claim. We don't believe that he would be subjected to a criminal proceeding, that a person that is in his position at that particular time would likely be justified in making that decision.
Right.
And that's what we believe is that issue here. So people can debate whether, he could have took less shots, but I'll tell you right now, if I'm put in that position, I'm probably emptying the whole clip. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be taking a couple shots when my life is in danger in that way.
Yeah.
And I think that many people probably follow that same sentiment.
And I know things probably, when you driving past or you just outside or looking out the window, stuff may look a certain way, especially with the dynamic being white officer, black male, right? Most times that's not going to look good. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have not watched the entire thing, with all of the details. Most times it's not going to look good, but the whole thing here is the killing of the other narratives, where you have people saying, well, he was just standing there and dude walked up to him and just kept shooting him. Like, people were saying stuff like that. Even when I saw the video of him laying there, I never saw a gun. So I can say, it's kind of weird with how he's laying and I don't see a weapon anywhere. So those are observations you can make after the fact. But here you are saying you actually see not only him produce a gun, strike him with the gun, and fire the gun. So those things can't be disputed at a point now. You know what I mean?
I did stop short. I didn't, and I said this at the press conference. I don't recall actually seeing Elijah fire his gun.
Fire.
Okay.
I said I don't know if he did. It's possible that he did, but the two times that I watched it, I couldn't make that determination. Mm-hmm. But he definitely did pointing.
Yeah.
Which is, so I just want to clear that.
Okay, so just for clarity, you can't tell, even you were not able to tell at any point for sure that he fired, right? But I think you also said, like, you couldn't determine even if he did who fired first or whatever those circumstances were either.
That's correct. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to. If he did fire, I think it would be difficult. I think when we get possession of the video, I've never had possession of the video.
Right.
So just to be clear, it's almost like if I just turn on the TV and then say, hey, look at this. You don't get a chance to stop it. You don't get a chance to slow it down. Mm-hmm. So that's from the perspective that me and his mother had on Friday afternoon. So, but what we were looking for is, number one, did he have a firearm? Did he make any type of aggressive move toward the off-duty officer? All those questions were answered. And, I don't know what words were exchanged. I don't know, I don't have no idea as to any of those things. But just off the pure facts that he had a weapon, he aggressively used the weapon as it relates to trying to slap him with it, that would be enough to return gunfire. We've seen case, Brian, you've been in the front lines for decades. At this point, you know that officers, even if you have a cell phone and you run it, if the officer perceives that as a gun,
right,
they will a lot of times be justified in shooting with a cell phone. And they're granted qualified immunity if you try to bring a case against them.
Right.
So, when you actually have a firearm that is used in that way, I think that I don't think there's a question as to whether you're allowed to do so.
J Love, were you going to say something?
Yeah, but we got past that point. I was just gonna say in the concealed carry, they teach you that as far as like stopping the threat.
Yeah,
it's not no sensitive of how many shots you can take or whatever like that. I know some states it's like that. Like you got to shoot once first.
Yeah, and retreat. Like you have the obligation to retreat rather than
shoot
again.
Yeah.
But even in them cases, I think that humanly that's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think people from the outside looking in always can say, and in some instances we not wrong, right? Where we can say, you didn't necessarily have to shoot that person, man. You could have used a taser, or you could have, de-escalate the situation and like backed up and not pursue them. Like it's certain times we
But
can
then your
quarterback,
life could be gone because you don't know what the other person's going
Right.
to do with their firearm.
which is the position that unfortunately, like this officer was put in, and some officers do get put in. But listen, man, I appreciate you because like what was you gonna say, Black?
So I just want to come from the chat before you go. So, did he identify himself as an officer, and does it matter?
So this is the other question that's been popping up about the identification, because when you watch that video, at no point in time did you hear him say that he is a law enforcement officer or that he's off duty or whatever the case may be. And the other question was, does it matter? And in my opinion, I think it does, because it's a reason why he went in that car and put that badge on after the fact.
So does he get and then the other part was, will he get the civilian treatment, if you know what I mean?
So they're asking, did you hear those two questions?
Yeah. So to deal with the first question, I don't recall the off-duty officer identifying himself as an officer. I don't recall that. In fact, I don't think we could hear most of the dialogue between them.
Okay.
So we don't really know what was said, but I did not definitively hear him say, yeah, I'm an officer.
Okay.
So to answer that. Now, as it relates to would the circumstances be different, whether he did or didn't, of course, I think Elijah probably would not have acted in the capacity, acted as he did if he knew it was an officer. Right. But as it relates to self-defense,
right, it don't make a difference.
I don't think that makes a difference. I think that any of us, if we are put in a position, you have an accident, maybe some words are exchanged, road rage, what have you, and then somebody brings out a gun and, you feel like your life is in danger, I think we are all permitted to operate in that capacity. That's what my opinion is.
Right.
But I don't think that the classification as to officer or not would change the analysis here.
Yeah, the outcome.
And then,
also, go ahead.
And then the last one that I answered it myself, but was the weapon recovered?
They did say in the press conference the weapon was recovered.
Okay. All right, so there y'all go, Chad. I helped y'all. Leave me alone now.
What was you gonna say, J Love?
I was gonna say, because this was like from an accident, right?
Yeah.
Kind
well,
of?
so it started off as, I think you were saying, he cut the officer off. The officer felt like he cut him off. Mm-hmm. And then that led to some type of accident where he probably just bumped the back of his car or something like that.
That's what it looked like.
So it didn't start off as an accident.
Okay.
But then some sort of accident happened, and then that's when they pulled
got
over.
out. So my thing is, like, even pulling your firearm out in an accident, you could think and say, like, is that cause for your weapon to come out?
Come on now.
Because of that.
Well, road rage is a real thing.
Road rage is.
And
some people be on that. Like,
yeah. And unfortunately,
I
think
really a thing to get to that level.
I think
now
too.
Your gun is out.
Some people be defensive too, because like, what if the person don't have insurance, or if you got a high end car, like how you gonna pay? Like, and we discussed this, Biavri. I think the fact that he had a funeral to go to that day might have played a role too. He did, and his family. They had a funeral that day, and so that might have played, part of his overreaction as well. Yeah,
and everything.
I'm like 98% sure that played a big role.
Yeah. So
what?
But yeah, man, I've been trying to explain to people, because like I told you, man, people been saying like we covering for them, and people been paid off, and I have for the past hour or so on this stream have tried to explain to people that like you are one of the few attorneys who take these type of cases, and in this city and in this state, and one, you would not jeopardize your credibility and your practice in that manner, but at the end of the day, you have a long history, same as me, in being balanced and unbiased and legit with how you approach these situations. So people have expressed those type of things, but like Tori said, man, we appreciate you being one of the only few attorneys and firms that help, that families can actually reach out to that have taken on some of these cases. And of course, there are people who may say like, well, they ain't take my case or this and that. I mean, I don't think any of y'all can take the amount because we have so many of these type of cases here. Same with like the malpractice and all that stuff. We have so much, it's impossible for y'all to take all of it. You know what I'm saying? But we do appreciate those families y'all have supported and stood up for and helped, find justice in these situations.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, Vaughn, and man, salute to you, man. And like I said, just kind of leading the forefront, leading the community. I mean, every single time something happens, you present, and you've always been there. And that leadership and the way that, God is using you, the city is just thankful and grateful for people like you, Tori, all of the advocates, so again, salute to you. Salute to this show. I think it's important to have dialogue to discuss these issues. And, that's what we need to heal. So again, I salute everyone for all the work that you guys do.
I appreciate you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you from the whole crew, man. We appreciate you hopping on and sharing your thoughts with us.
Absolutely.
All right, bro. Love.
And for the press play audience, those 100 that are still listening, I just want to. This is from me. Can we not put other people's responsibilities on other people? We can't keep saying if he identified himself as the law, he would have responded different. He did what he did. We can't. He did what he did. Well, you're responsible for your actions.
I'm gonna say, and this is a hill that I want to die on because we don't want these situations to occur like often or even again, right?
Absolutely.
So, reason why I want to die on the hill is because I believe it should be mandatory. Because what we don't need to happen is for law enforcement to get into these, especially off work, just be getting into it with people to the point of it escalating to a shootout. You know what I'm saying? When that can be avoided. So I think if they have to say same way where if they come in your car, they want you to say I got a CCW or I got a gun in here.
Yeah. That's a fact.
This is so certain situations can be avoided, and that information is known up front. Right.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I'm not debating. I'm
just explaining because I've been hugely pushing that, and I want to explain why. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, they should identify themselves. But I'm saying in this particular situation, we can't say, if he would have identified himself, he wouldn't. Okay, that may be true, but he didn't do because he did the wrong thing. Or if he would have did this, he wouldn't have did the wrong thing. No, it shouldn't have been done. It shouldn't have been handled like that. It shouldn't have been. I don't think a fender don't get handled like that.
That's my point.
You don't. And a traffic stop. It's just to come out there, you know what I mean? And until I see the video with my eyeballs, I'll be more confident to say, even though I do know what's going on. But that ain't how you handle a situation. If you handle a situation the wrong way, the wrong stuff happens. That's just how it go. We can't say, if he would have did that, then he wouldn't have. But he did that.
Also, at what point should he say that, not knowing how this person, while him getting to the point that it got, because it's like he may not even have thought that was
it was said that they exchanged words while they were in the car, you know what I'm saying?
So
during the whole process of the accident.
Said that out the window, I'm a
officer. So let's say me and you driving down the street next to each other and we talking crazy to each other, right? And we done pulled over.
Yeah.
To the point we both get out the car.
Uh-huh.
At that point, somebody needs to say something to bring it down, because if not, we both finna get out on 10. You know what I'm saying? So if you know you've gotten it to a level where this person can react a certain way because I've already been talking crazy to them and I done hit their car, you need to bring that down.
But check this out, though. What if the off-duty officer would have just duped it out?
As an officer, absolutely, I believe they should have to take the higher road. This is the same conversation I'll be having when grown people talk about kids. Mm-hmm. But then a grown person do something wrong, and I'm like, well, you the adult, you should know better. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They are paid and have privileges to the point where they should go far and beyond to not get into it with civilians, bro. If I'm on the front lines with you and you can't hold your composure to where you feel like you can just beat me up, no, you can't do that. You an officer, bro. You supposed to be able to be professional and oppose yourself.
Absolutely.
I believe in that, for sure.
So that's what I'm saying. And again, this is not me trying to come down on them. This is a protection for you.
Yeah.
If you get out
Absolutely.
that car and say, hey, listen, before we go any further, here's my badge. I'm an officer. I'm off duty. Let's go. Now let's go forward with whatever conversation we need to have. I think that would be a protection for them.
If the officer would have handled it,
he had enough time to say that and do it.
It wouldn't have even got to the point of them pulling over. What happened before they pulled over?
I mean, I think if you have an actual accident, at that point you have to pull over and
it
exchange
wasn't an accident
information.
at first. Y'all said they was just exchanging words.
Who said
First it
that?
was a cutoff and then an accident.
Okay, the cutoff, right?
Oh, okay.
You could have
that's
kept going because he couldn't.
So he got mad because he thought Elijah cut him off.
Plenty people cut me off and I let him go.
So you know how they
That's
got
what
all
it
these
sound
cones
like.
and constructions and stuff to where like you got to merge into one lane and people don't be wanting to let you over. So he felt like he cut him off, trying to merge over into the whatever the lane
But
was,
that's
right?
the problem though. Like I didn't have plenty of people cut me off and I ain't take it to that level.
That's what I'm saying. As an officer, right, and you on your way to protect and serve,
Right.
Hold on, bro.
and something like that happened. You mean to tell me you should not have to be like, maybe I shouldn't be
Just
arguing with
trying to
somebody out the
now
window
have
and getting
road
mad?
rage, yeah.
Yeah, like come on, man.
They so hold on. I don't what's your name? Kyla Lewis. I don't know who you is, baby, but you
No. That's a family member, and they can feel like that. I know they tired of hearing about it, and they mad people bringing it up. But the reason why I'm so adamant about this is because of the larger issue of people using this situation and wanting to act on it. Right? We always want situation from people wanting to tear this motherfucker up. Or people wanting to go out their way and do some extra shit. And that shit is unnecessary, bro. This ain't the low.
Yeah, that's what I'm just thought. Why are we finding reasons to try to tear? If it was one of them, then okay, let's do what we got to do. It's not. Let's accept it the same way. Let's accept it the same way. And that's what they doing in the comment. Oh, well, he should have. It's like we trying to go get into it. If it was some into it to get into, then let's get into it. But if it ain't, then let's not. That's all I'm saying. Like, man, you think everybody was ready to jump off the bridge head first. But if it ain't no bridge to jump off, come on now. Come on, man.
A very sad situation.
And don't come on our live talking about y'all tired and there's 73,000 people posting it.
Right. Well,
that don't even make sense.
As somebody who's been a support and, you know, in the deeper parts of this are assisting the family, members of the family with this. And again, like just in my hat as what we do with the city and my hat as an activist, I have an obligation to not let certain stuff go to a point, right? If I see somebody putting out some bullshit that's riling people up and getting like, I'm not, this ain't, so we are on a podcast right now, but this platform ain't used as one of them messy, we just finna talk about shit to be talking about it for likes and views. This is very targeted and done. Everything we do is kind of done for a reason. It's concerning these community conversations. So I believe the conversation has helped people get some understanding, and it should calm a lot of that stuff down. Yeah, because it was getting out of hand today.
It was getting out of hand.
So
that's a fact, and nobody.
And the thing about it is that the truth is revealed. So it's like, what is it now that everybody's going back and forth about? Like, I seen it. I mean, I've seen a lot of different things, but
MPD is hiring.
But it was crazy, right? I seen them. I woke up. I seen them sharing that post 1,000,000 times, right? But y'all know, that ain't nobody shared their post where they said that Don Julio was fake. It was watering down Don Julio. Ain't nobody shared that shit. Y'all still out here drinking that.
Real quick before I get out of here, I would like to send rest in peace and condolences to the young lady Kiera, her family. That was another tragic accident that happened literally blocks apart.
Is that the young lady that was hit by the?
Okay.
Yeah, she was the victim of a hit and run accident.
Yeah, I seen Myron sharing videos with her. And a bunch of other people. Super young.
Talented, beautiful.
She was a part of the music community too. So
reckless driving, all of these issues, man. Like, bro, it's just like I said, it's always something going on in the city, and we losing a lot of good people. We losing a lot of innocent people. young people, and we got a bunch of issues that we really need to put our energy and focus towards. Shout out to my girl Shaquila and the Butterfly Effect. She just lost Kendra to a hit and run as well. Her, I believe her cousin was, killed in a hit and run recently too, and it's just super devastating, especially car accidents, man. Like that's. You know what it takes to hit somebody and to keep going?
That's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is very wild. And I was thinking that, like, all of this, a couple of these little situations have happened, like, in the past couple of days. The same thing. And I'm like, dude, we keep losing people, but then the same thing keep happening. Like, why is it not changing?
Because they're in a hamster wheel.
And I feel like people in general, but specifically in this city, just nobody has emotional intelligence. I don't know. It's sad.
You know what they do? Because if it happened to their family member, they gonna be mad.
Turned up, right?
They gonna be mad. And it's the thing. It's so people are just so selfish. They only think about themselves, right?
Yep.
Like they understand if when they hurt somebody that's innocent, but I mean they ain't finna turn themselves in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like salute to the people who do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But accountability is terrible. Like self accountability, and then you got people who will know what they did. I help them hide, help them duck and dodge. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much lack of accountability. In these situations, like we just got to do better as individuals to. I think about it all the time because I commute on these streets driving around. Yeah. If I was to ever hit somebody, family member or a child, bro, I'm pulling. I don't give a fuck if I'm in the wrong.
Yeah.
Like I just can't do it. Yeah. We have to set those boundaries for ourselves. Like this is just something I'm just not gonna do, bro.
They hide and they duck and all of that, but then jump on the internet and crucify a motherfucker that's doing exactly what they're doing.
You know what?
Horrible.
I wonder. This is something I always think about, like. Because I don't know the laws or like what are the consequences, and maybe the consequences to something like that is not big enough.
They don't care.
They big enough. You hit and kill somebody.
You going to jail.
You definitely going to jail, especially if you done ran from the scene and hid and they had to track you down and all that. Now, if you're remorseful and you stayed there and it truly was an accident, they may be a little lenient on you or whatever the case may be. But 9 times out of 10, it don't be that. People are literally just hitting people, killing them, and just go home and just continue to live their life, bro. That's wild.
It literally make you not want to do nothing. Like it make you not want to be out here.
Where y'all be going? What y'all should leave 30 minutes early so you don't got to drive that fast.
Man, listen.
That's what I be wondering. Like
people be in a rush to go nowhere. Don't even be going nowhere. They just gotta drive crazy.
They didn't turn the whole city into 2 lanes, the up and the down lane. How y'all's reckless drive? How? You know what? And they did construction everywhere else, so you can't move. You got to walk. It
don't take that long to get nowhere.
15 minutes. Get everywhere. 15 minutes from everywhere.
Listen.
I definitely be wondering where they going. Where you got to be on that.
Who giving these people license?
That's the thing.
And
We got a bad driving problem, period, in this city.
Too,
like,
sure.
and I ain't gonna put it all on young crazy because another thing that is an issue that we don't talk about.
People.
Listen, I see so many older people in these cars who probably shouldn't be on the road either.
They be so old.
And they will go from the far lane and turn right in front of you in a second.
So you forgot we were sitting here hosting a show and the grown man.
PTSD.
You understand? Like so, it's happening. Y'all.
Well, we ain't gonna get into the car chase thing.
16-year-old.
One of my old friends, she used to be on that like. When we were driving, he's so old. Why is he going so slow? She used to be mad at me.
It's so reckless. Ron, do you remember where you were dropping me off? And we were coming down the residential street, and then the police chase was coming right to it.
It was like 2 different times that happened.
Taking my son to the football practice.
And listen, it's the killer. It was a speed hump right there, and they went over it like it wasn't even there. I'm like, dog.
That happened.
Vaughn just went to the side. They went
back. Like them.
So, you know what? Let me go in the house.
Listen, man.
Another night in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's ridiculous. And
it's the thing about the data. Like, I be so mad, right? Because we fought real hard for them to kill the pursuit policy. But then people, and it's still like that, people want so bad for them to do something that they made them bring it back. But if you look at the data, we've had, the past 2 years, we've had upwards of 1,000, including right now, we're already over 1,000 chases. only 30% of them end in somebody getting arrested. Most of those 1,000 are from reckless driving. It ain't somebody that done shot somebody up or they felonies.
And that's the thing.
Like you really only chasing people because they reckless drive. So they already driving reckless. So you gonna make them drive. Everybody driving reckless now.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And it's people getting hit and killed. And this the crazy part. 9 people died this year. You want to know how many people were innocent? It had nothing to do with about 6 of them.
I was gonna say
6 out of 9.
Yeah.
Well, the craziest part is the person that always drive and stay alive.
That's the wild
Unfortunately,
part. It be
like if you don't die,
that die.
You didn't kill them people. If you don't go, you know what?
Me and my friend was having this debate, and I was like, well, what if your son was in a car? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if your kid was in that car? But what you saying, I get. If it ain't nothing like that, like they just reckless driving. But if it was something more serious, like a kidnapping or something, or
I think in certain instances, chases are. I mean, and I want to send a shout out to the chief though, because this is the first time ever I have heard that he is giving a directive for them to start looking seriously at alternative methods. You got the car bumper thing, because I've heard them people talking about let's do pit maneuvers. So you want to make somebody wreck and crash and flip over and all that shit that come with a pit
maneuver is.
So
back of the car.
When you're speeding and they're speeding, you won't pull over. So they gonna take that car and hit your car and make it spin out.
I see that on the the cop show before.
They tap the back of your bumper.
Bro,
they tap the back of your tire.
That's something you do on like a freeway or a highway where it's long stretches of road where ain't nobody.
That's still dangerous. It's still dangerous then.
And people usually get killed in that. Officers and freaking the person behind the wheel.
But they got
but
that
y'all want to
thing.
do that in the city though.
They got
People
that
are
new
suggesting
thing
that
where they put the bumper on there and it hook under the thing.
we've been asking them to do that for at least 5-6 years.
Ain't
They
going
also
nowhere.
have the
How does that
technology.
work then?
So it's like a clamp that's on front of some of the vehicles where they just bump the back of your car and it clamps on.
Okay.
They also have another thing to where it clamps, but it put like some straps on your top on your wheels, and it pulls you, keeps you in place. But then they also have this technology where they can shoot like a tracker on your car and then just catch you later.
Oh, okay.
So there's multiple other
ways.
Yeah, and because the crashes are just, they are not producing the results that people want to see. And I don't think it's super irresponsible to be like, well, if somebody just get killed, we just gonna tack it onto your charges. That's that's super not human.
Yeah.
That's not a humane
alternative for them to.
Yeah, like we shouldn't be doing that.
But you got just like, you know, it's the whole city of Milwaukee. You know what I mean? Just because you have a job, I mean, you different than other people in the city of Milwaukee. So I said that to say this. So if you got a bunch of kids or a bunch of civilians that's doing shit to prove shit to people, or they can't control their emotions, or I got to get this one, what makes you think the police ain't doing the same thing? You know what I mean? I'm not letting this one go. I got to get dog. He flicked. He gave me a finger. He called me a cheap ass nigga. Yeah, so I told him I was going to get it. Yeah, and now I ain't stopping.
And police officers are human, but it do gotta be something like you said. Some people ain't got anger problems and they got all type of different issues where now they chest poked out, they ready to. I gotta get him because he making me look dumb. He getting away.
That's fact.
Listen,
I ran his name. I know the judge gave him one more strike. I'm gonna book him. Like the officer that was going in niggas rectum decked them.
Oh my God.
Remember that? They was doing the
What did you just say?
No, I mean they was
the rectum decked them. He was doing the credit card thing up, and if you hid the drugs where you couldn't find them, he was finding them.
I appreciate that, Naya, because that's why we wanted to have the conversation.
I'm about to dive in. Criminal, hold your breath.
You're sick.
He really is, though.
I do want to say that. Hey, that actually was pretty. Like that's still.
Dude, that was intense.
That's still super cringy. The fact that we had officers, the Jump Out Boys, and all these other little gangs that was in the department that literally was hopping out, assaulting people,
sexually assaulting you,
like for real, men, tears and
crazy.
Like,
that's very wild.
That was Milwaukee for a while,
Man,
So when people talk about the distrust, and I don't think we've ever had a stretch of time where it's been cool between the black community and the police. You know what I'm saying? We really ain't have, and I want to give credit, like a lot of, I would never say that they're doing everything right, a majority of things right, and things are good, perfect. But this has been the most progressive, open. Like I said, we have a chief who was super open to changing the policy with the cameras. We have a chief who is now pressing for them to visit alternatives for the body cam, and so many other different changes from just conversation and him listening to people like, y'all should change this and this should change. Like, he's been doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Why are they thinking of alternatives for the body cam? What was that?
Not body cam, the car chases.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm like, what happened with that?
I'm sorry.
No. So the change. So the very, like, even with this case, the fact that the before they used to take. Man, you would be lucky to get video from a police involved incident in 6 months. Usually it will take years.
Yeah.
But that SOP was changed to where now the family has to be able to have access in 48 hours in the community within 15 days. I want to say 14, 15 days. Yeah. So that is leaps and bounds better than what we've ever had before. And that has clearly alleviated a lot of the time that people had to be pissed off and not have them answers, right, to where it causes other things to happen. So,
dog, we had a cold police force. You gotta be some serious to get a group of grown ass men to pull up and be ready to just put their hand in a nigga ass.
So let me address this. Let me address this too, y'all. So
bring it back.
He on some other shit. So I want to also. So we have
like it's really finna be
right. I'm like,
we have a police union here, y'all. We have a fire and police commission, and we have a police union. The chief cannot just fire even officers that we know are fucked up and shouldn't be on the force. They just cannot just fire them.
That's good information because
of the police union. Yeah, the police union makes it to where they can't get rid of these officers. At the most, they probably just end up shifting them around. You know what I'm saying, and putting them and most times a lot of these officers who end up in trouble and doing something bogus, they have a long history of doing bogus shit. Yeah. But it's because of the police union. And because now, just more recently, a lot of power was taken from the Fire and Police Commission, that had some of those abilities to fire or demote or whatever the case may be. So much of the power or alternatives are now lost. You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, from deals that is made with the Republicans in the state, they again, man, folks have just really been treating the police like they're the supreme. They really don't ever do anything wrong. And I think,
which is crazy because you're always seeing it.
Somebody was saying,
like what?
Like when people speak about the former chief that got demoted and quit, like this nigga really just said, hey, arrest dude right there for this. And they did that shit. Do y'all want a chief like that?
Didn't he get cleared or something?
We got him. So we didn't get him fired. They demoted him, and he ended up quitting. They did have to pay him a settlement because of technicality. Like again, you can't just But
you still owe me.
That's still a huge win for the city to not have somebody in place that would do shit like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see how stuff is weaponized, and the fact that you just don't like somebody and want to arrest them for some serious charges that you know they didn't do.
That's crazy.
You can't have people that's in leadership like that. Well, Black, I don't know if you see these comments, but
which one you want me to advise to? See, you be trying to put the buzz
They on your heels, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I done seen like 2 or 3 questions.
I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool. I'm trying to. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be cool. No, the lady, Arthur Frederica Wynn. I don't know who that is. She talking about.
What the hell?
She said something about me coaching how I'm holding myself accountable with coaching boys. I don't know what that means, so I don't know what that means. But then the lady, what's her name? Miss Hernandez. I'm with Vaughn. I've been working around. I've been serving the community for many years. I've been with the kids, coaching football. I've been just wherever I'm needed. I've always been like that. So, but now I'm more hands-on with Vaughn wherever.
Shout out to Amanda.
Wherever we need to be, wherever I'm needed, that's just me. Wherever I'm needed, I serve the community as a whole.
And just going a little bit deeper on that. Black is one of the people I really met him in the past couple years, but he's been going through a long process of empowering and bettering himself from a lot of situations. Because I always talk about my situation. Like, I came from the streets. I came from going to jail for fighting on behalf of bullshit situations, my family, standing up for, my sisters and aunties and, DV situations just on a personal tip, but also being out in the streets as a teenager that was a kid boy of my time, robbing people, doing all type of weird shit, right? But progressing to, like, steer that energy to where it's needed, right? Like, understanding who our real enemies are, the ills in this community and the different situations that we need to address. And I think, I recognize that in Black as wanting to work along those lines. And, he's become part of the work that we do with the city. And he's working towards, I don't want to say being an activist or like being more community orientated and being more a part of the actual change. And because of course he's done that again with the football coaching and all that. I think we all do like little stuff here or there in our life where we are giving back to schools or kids or helping in our different fields. But of course there's another layer or level where that's more intentional and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this more in depth. This is this definitely more hands on, more in your face. And yeah, I got a very checkered past. I caused my community a lot of harm. You know what I mean? I'm not comparing it to anybody else's. You know what I mean? I had my consequences, and I went through the process of that downhill spiral, and shit. I want to see what was on the other side. You know what I mean? I did everything over there, and now there's youth, there's individuals my age. You know what I mean? Adults that need guidance that I can assist with. You know what I mean? I've learned a lot. I'm still learning and molding myself every day. You know what I mean? Every minute, every second. And I still got some bullshit in me. I'm gonna call it that. You know what I mean?
Hey, he's still working on all of us, bro.
I still got something in me, but now I'm more in control. I'm more aware. You know what I mean? I'm more intentional. You know what I mean? That's Vine's favorite word. I'm more intentional. You know what I mean? I see the big picture, and I got a lot of resources, and actually becoming a resource is exciting. You know what I mean? So my goal, because she asked what my goal is just to be better every day and help others be better, whatever that looks like. I don't know. Stuff happens every day, different stuff. I'll be amazed, and just helping people be better while allowing them to help me be better. That's it.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, I've seen him with the kids. Yo.
Hold on, wait.
He really
who is Camilla?
Kids,
who is
That's the homie.
Who is Camilla?
What she say?
Is you the police? Is you the police? You asking a lot of questions. Because the only people been out here asking questions is y'all. Y'all the only people been out here asking questions. What you talking about? Is you the police? Is you the police? I just told you on here that I still got some bullshit in me. You come with some bullshit. Come on now. Cut me some slack now. I'm trying to, but no, I'm a leader. I work with the officers. You know what I mean? Call me what you want. I ain't got no smut on my name. Let's know that. You understand? You understand me, don't you? Nah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jessica. What you say? You see me with the kids? Go ahead. Talk about me. Talk about me. Tell these people about me.
Talking about it no more.
Tell these people about me. She can tell you. She know. Y'all be coaching and stuff.
He do be coaching. He be coaching football, and he's really good at it. And the kids really love him.
That's how I actually met Black. Formerly, where it was an issue going on with y'all team in one of the leagues.
Yeah, we got kicked out because we was good. we got kicked out. You know what I mean? And listen, I gotta tell it. We got kicked out. Rest in peace, Big Hurt, one of our coaches. He He was a victim of gun violence recently, and he was so passionate about it, and he did something to embarrass the other team, and it was a big fight.
That little belt thing.
No, he had one of the players put the jersey. Their coaching shirts. They used to coach for the other team. So we had our own team. He had the player score the touchdown, pull the shirt off, and flash it, and then the fight jumped out. Boom. The other boys didn't like we was murdering them. We get kicked out. Our team very passionate. Shout out Carvel. You know what I mean? Love him to death, my brother.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's very passionate. We got us on the news. We down there made CNN. We was everywhere. You know what I mean? Tory them came out. And they ain't want to let the kids play, and it was all about the kids. Hey, y'all, I want y'all to know I love y'all kids. Send y'all kids to football, some type of activity. We need to be responsible for these kids. I plan on being better for the kids because they need me and I need them. I refuse to be 80 and they don't like me. You crazy. You know what they do to the old people?
Oh, my life.
I need to be like, Black, what up, Black? What up?
Yeah.
You feel me? So, but no, that's how I met Von, though. And Von came through, selfless. You know what I mean? The very selfless individual, man. We be about to get into it because I be trying to get him to do stuff for himself. No, I need to do it for them. It's about you don't understand. It's everybody else. I need to help them. I be like, dude. But no, shout out to you, man. Shout out.
Man, it's been a hell of a show. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We still got 60 folks on the stream. I think right now we are also streaming on YouTube and possibly IG. But y'all showed up and showed out. I think a little bit earlier we had like 350 people on the stream for a mass of this conversation. But y'all already know what it is. And we're going to try to come back more consistent on Sundays. Sundays is our stream day. Usually we schedule for 7, but y'all gotta give us grace sometime between 7 to 8.
Life be life.
Because listen, man, we be trying new stuff and new setups and streaming sites and all that stuff. So if we don't come on at 7, just know if we coming on at all.
And your wine and wait.
Look, and don't just come on here. 100 of y'all don't come on here because somebody lost their life. You know what I mean? Come on here and mess with us, man.
We having fun too.
And go.
It ain't so serious.
And if you want to know here, go. I just dropped the Packers video, the Mascots Lambeau League. Go check that out if you're a Packer fan. If you ain't, go check it out so you can hate.
So we
just go check it out.
Drop the links in the comments here. We also gonna drop the links for our new video that we just dropped.
I don't know how to do that. You know how to do that though, but you know how to do it. I don't know how to do it.
You know how to drop it. Just take the link and put it in the comments.
Is it gonna stay?
Yeah, it's gonna stay.
I'll be doing. I can pin it. Hold on,
play too much.
Hold on, y'all. Hold up. Well, I'm on.
But yeah, man.
What's the new song called?
Talk Bad. It's the song ain't new, but the video is. You know what I'm saying? But also, man, we are going to. What was I about to say?
Go listen to that new Packer song, Anthem. So that's
what I was gonna say. For people who asking about the YouTube, so if you see in the comments, and 40 has been commenting from the page. Press Play has a Facebook page. At some point, I'm gonna stop going live from this page, and we're gonna start going live from the actual Press Play page on Facebook. Yeah. So make sure y'all go befriend that page and follow it. Because, again, I do so much on this page, and I don't want people to miss it. For people to not miss the content from Press Play, make sure y'all follow and add that Press Play page. And then also the Press Play has a YouTube page. So you can go on there and see, hopefully you can go see some of the live streams, but we do plenty of direct interviews with artists.
Leaders.
Yeah, like, pretty much, it's a whole list of people that we already interviewed. Some great conversations on there. If you have not seen them, make sure you subscribe on Press Play. You can also J Love and Phoenix, if y'all want to drop y'all stuff in the comments as well for people to follow what they got going on. J Love is an artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she got stuff, shows or something coming up. You can throw that stuff in the comments. But yeah, this platform was built to support everybody that's here. Everybody here is a boss and got movement and motion going on their own, but we coming together to recognize other folks, have some good conversation, and bring in a little bit of everything to the table, man. So it has been another Sunday stream.
Hold on, wait. You said.
Oh, we didn't talk about the participatory budget either.
We didn't talk about that. And you said that this podcast, we all here to support. That's what you said, right? Mm-hmm. That's what you said. We all bosses. We here to support. And I got 43 people on here. And I don't care who be mad. He going to be mad. I don't care if he is. He might jump me outside of here. But I want to take some time to support Vaughn because Vaughn just had a massive loss. Oh, yeah. He always on here trying to acknowledge everybody else. If you see Vaughn, give him a hug. I'm not gonna go into detail about what it is.
You gonna get me in trouble.
You know what I'm saying? No, not one of them kind of hugs.
You said people didn't get up and do their daily duties, so don't be hugging.
I ain't talking about listen, show you know what I mean? Show him some love. However you do that, some love. Do the kid and play foot thing, however you do it. Because my man, he deserve it. He do a lot for, and I know personally he does a lot for everybody else. You know what I mean? Myself included, he does a lot. I mean, break his neck. You understand? So show him some love. You know what I mean? And we support you, my dog. We here for you. You know, I don't give a fuck. What you talking about, nigga? I'll give you a hug. What you talking about, nigga? We got the hood.
On that note.
I'm going to give my hug, too. Because I haven't seen y'all in a minute.
You understand?
Yeah. I want to make sure y'all know about this before we ride out, man. I mentioned in the intro the African American Roundtable. Shout out to Marquesa, the whole squad, Devin Anderson, everybody that got over there. We are coming up again. We are in budget season for the city, the county, and all these different folks who are talking about how much money the city or the county has. Are they in a deficit? And the money that they do have, what is going to go towards? And they have done the work to make sure that this participatory budget happens. So I'm going to just read this. It says, our dollars, our vote. Join AART, which is the African American Roundtable, on Saturday, October 25th to discuss the $600,000 participatory budget fund launching in Milwaukee. This will be an interactive session where we'll dream together, learn about participatory budgeting, and imagine how these funds can benefit our communities. You'll leave with the tools necessary to fully participate in the PB process to improve the quality of life in our city. So that's October 25th, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library. That's the new library that is on Locust and MLK. Make sure y'all show up and show out for that. And the reason is because it is. Like I said, we always talk about what don't get invested in, who don't get money, what the money gets spent on and how it's messed up that this don't get supported in that. You can go to this meeting, and I will tell you, I even got a grant from them for $10,000 for our lock-in program. I think their very first year that they did this, where I don't think they had $600,000, but we did get $10,000 from the small amount that they had at the time, where we got to fund our youth program with that money. And it's because people saw what we were doing and knew that we didn't have that support. Mm-hmm. And they said, I think y'all should give this program some money. And they did. So
I need that.
Make sure y'all show up. If you got a project that you're working on, a brainchild, a business you want to start, an event that you need funding for that you might, I'm not going to say what all the money can be used for. Make sure you show up to that meeting to get an understanding. But this is the opportunity for people to say, this is what we think the money should go towards. And that does happen. Okay. I don't know if it's like a majority vote, how much interest is in a certain thing. I don't know how they decide on what the amount of money that each different thing gets. But make sure you show up to be a part of that conversation. It is super important. It can be super impactful for a lot of people who trying to do stuff out here. And again,
will they be letting people propose ideas there?
So somewhat. So it's like the way that I remember it was done, where you're usually in like a breakout session, right? And they have these things up on the wall where it's like, okay, education, business, whatever. And people will go up there and say, they'll name programs or they'll name an idea. Okay. And then like those are like talked about. And then at some point, I don't know if it's a voting process or whatever, they come to a conclusion of what the money should more go for.
Oh, okay.
So
I have a lot of business.
Hey, go show up. Go show up.
Can you vote on
it?
it?
At 1:00? 'Cause I got clients.
Can you vote on the stimulus check?
Y'all playing. October 25th, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library. I am very serious, y'all. I'm very serious.
He giving us the crazy
I'm
eye.
about to move my clients for real because I'm coming.
It's one day and it's only a couple hours, so it can most definitely be beneficial.
I mean, it can't. A company. It's called Honey Milk Spa. I do hair.
She do dreads and shit.
I am a licensed cosmetologist. I have a suite that's on like 30.
She a licensed dread doer.
So y'all come see me.
Dread doer.
Yeah, she a licensed dread doer. Hey, go get them dreads.
I do other things too, other than locks, but I am a professional.
Understand?
Y'all play too much.
No, look, and a couple. I think it's Naya and Lily. I appreciate y'all. I'm I just had a lot of stuff in my life that I focused on crying about. So now I focus on laughing about a lot of stuff. So I play all day. It's just how I go. Hey, one of y'all.
Another thing.
Can you repeat the date?
The 25th of October.
October 25th at the MLK Library on MLK and Locust. It's from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. And listen, I'm going to read the flyer now because I was just going to miss this, but it said, did you know that Milwaukee allocated $600,000 to the MKE Community Impact Fund, which will allow residents to determine how the money is spent? Join us for an interactive session where we will learn about the fund and imagine how it can improve Milwaukee. Food will be provided, and hey, they be getting down on the food, so you might want to pull up.
Because I'm a business-minded.
And again, even if you want to, if you know somebody who's trying to do a program, who's been trying to do stuff and don't have the money or the support for it, have them pull up. If you know somebody who's who does stuff in different neighborhoods that's trying to help the neighborhood, or like anything that can help somebody, an organization, young people, whatever the case may be, have them pull up and learn about the $600,000 that's on the table, and that is free to have your input to say what it should go towards. So
one more thing. Can y'all talk about the toy drive, that event that y'all gonna have?
Oh yeah,
we're doing it right now, or we got another podcast for that?
What?
Yeah, we could touch on it real quick. It's kind of mid-October right now. I meant to start on it early October, but we gonna get it done. This will be year 12.
Hey sis.
I've raised the goal to 15,000 to try to make it bigger than last year. I think last year I might have raised 13 or 14.
Okay.
But our usual goal is 10. We did do the Meadows, and another apartments out in Brown Deer, set of apartments out in Brown Deer. But it will be year 12 where we select a different area of the city and we pull up caravan style. Last year we had a party bus.
Man, it was dope. It was dope.
Zebra was with us. Cortez, comedian Shay, Big Frank,
Dre, Abaka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dre Love, B Jones, HHF was in the building. Kato, Black. Myron didn't come last year. He had something else going on.
The Dream Team.
Man, it was beautiful.
Taylor. It was. I've never 40.
Was that your first one?
That was. You want to talk about that on air?
I
wasn't.
You
want to talk about that? You want to talk about this?
Oh well,
yeah.
It's the first time this time.
Listen.
Hey,
that's what I was going to say.
It was lit last year.
That's what I was going to say.
Like that.
It was so dark. 40.
I
swear to God, bro, coming from the slums.
Before, but now I do.
Them kids, it was so much slush and snow. They didn't care about none of that. They came out there to get them presents, bro. My heart was full.
I just love that so
my heart was full, bro. I said,
they pulled down my street one year, nigga. I went and got gifts.
Like,
bro, you got to.
You got my name on it.
I will say Press Play too sponsored our first last year. That was the first year we gave out TVs, and Press Play got us a couple of those TVs.
Damn, I sponsored that and didn't know it.
Hey, listen.
Hey, no.
Technically, y'all owe me some cookies. Because, you know what I'm saying? I came through.
Hey, listen.
If you watching, well, the ones that aren't watching, if you want to participate, please come participate. The more the merrier. I don't think we're going to turn down anybody for assistance. You know, people that's donating.
Yeah, also, help Get a kid some gifts.
Also, I have WISN 12 News. They have a segment on Wednesdays from 5 a.m. to 7 called In Your Neighborhood. They want to showcase businesses in the community. So I don't care if you on 3rd and Garfield. I don't care if you're on 26th and Wells. If you are in the neighborhood, if you're in the community, if you are somewhere where you don't feel that your business is getting enough look, I'm gonna have Vaughn because he's more of a suitable person to do it, in my opinion. I'm gonna have him put it on this page, and you just send an email and let them know that you're interested. Let them know that we sent you, and they're gonna contact you and get you an interview. They're gonna show. So the interview is 5 to 7. Then they're gonna show it again at the 11 a.m. segment and then the 4 p.m. segment.
That's dope.
So my objective is to get the community highlighted again. Like, I want no knock to Savoy. Savoy's I don't eat meat, but I heard they got some great wings. But it's somebody that got some good wings too that people need to know got some good wings. So this is your opportunity, and not even just food. If you have a center that assists the community, if you have anything that assists the community that you want highlighted, and you have an establishment, reach out to this information that's going to be available to you. Let them know we sent you. Let them know you want to be a part of it. You interested. Come on, let's flood these people situation with your situation. You feel me? Let us see you on there. Let them know they want to be involved in the community.
My bid in
yes, I'm gonna send it to you directly.
I don't be wanting people to be trying to.
Man, let them know.
Let them be trying to come see me.
But no, we need if you offer services to the community that the community can use. I don't care what you do. We can have 17 million dread doers.
Yep, dread doers.
You understand me?
Get up that.
You know what I mean?
I'm finna get on that.
I'm saying if you have things for the youth that's gonna help, workshops. If anything that you have that you want highlighted in the city,
highlighted on the news. We
can get it on the news. You go about your. You understand me? You understand me?
Shout out to Big Frank, Zebra. Who else was part of that event that just happened yesterday? They did a whole
JP.
JP was part of that yesterday.
Yeah, JP was there. January from one of my players.
Shout out to even Chicken. Chicken P was one of the sponsors and partners for that too.
DJ Shorty. Who else? It was a few. You know, Chicken
what
Team.
Event was yesterday?
They had a free community cookout event where they gave like different food and stuff. It was youth and family centered. Man, and again, I always congratulate Zebra and them for continuing to do stuff in the community. It's even doper that JP, you know, and he always do that. He pop up and pull up, you know, whenever he can and whenever he around, especially, you know, with them. So that's dope. And then again, with even Chicken with his situation being a part of that, I definitely wanted to make sure I send some love out to that collaboration because that is dope. Super
I've been
dope.
seeing them doing a lot of stuff.
Shout out Zebra, man. He do be putting on for the community.
I still ain't had none of them
And JP.
Man, Zebra told me
I gotta try to catch him when they be with the barbecue, man.
He said he was gonna do pause. I don't even say that. Pause. I don't even say pause. I had to say pause on that one. Pause. He said he was gonna do the vegetarian joints for me, and he ain't did it. You know what?
Let me let's tag him.
About his name.
Damn, Zebra.
Now you really not gonna do it. Say sorry.
To a shot.
That's my dog. I love Zebra, man. I love it. That's my partner, man. He's so selfless. He's another selfless individual. He do everything, the majority of everything with good heart. You know what I mean? At least what I've seen. George was there.
Shout out to
y'all need community service capes. That's some funny shit.
We do that at Confor shirts.
Hey man,
that's some funny.
Hey, look,
shit.
you know, because we gonna be up out of here in a minute. Hey, one of y'all got $2 for these crew socks? I'm trying to get these crew socks.
40 you won the bet.
You got to let me get
$2.
Yeah,
we had an in-house bet on the gender of Von's. How do you say that?
How do you say it?
Yeah, what's the right word to say that?
Not I get what you're trying to say. Not a rainbow baby, but
A rainbow baby.
It's new stuff, huh?
I don't know what the hell they talking about.
Some new
what?
shit going
Nah,
on.
nope,
Okay,
nope.
I'm
Yeah,
back
take me
up
back to the old shit.
So you know the gender reveal for Von's.
Yeah.
The bet was
Baby.
a boy or a girl, and I won.
Yeah.
So
You said a boy.
or a girl.
Speaking of that,
Said a boy.
I'm probably gonna do. So we
Hold
did
on,
have.
wait, no, whoa, no. You ain't finna sneak that in there. So chat. So Von, while y'all talking, he sneaks in the chat and says, "Zebra, Black Shipe said he's still waiting on you to do the vegan fireball event for the air sandwich eaters. Who the fuck is the air? Von,
Hey, I don't know
who the
what
fuck
y'all
is the
eat.
air?
Y'all be eating air sandwiches.
What the fuck is the air sandwich?
Yeah,
spot?
with no meat in it. It's 2 pieces of bread.
2 pieces of bread.
It was finna go, yeah. So next time he was gonna act like this never happened. The air sandwich eaters. No. That's crazy.
Nah, but on a serious note, I want to say this because I ain't really been talking about it and kind of been low about it.
That's what they said.
But
I put it in there. Listen to me on V100.7 Sunday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then I also bartend at Potawatomi.
Yes.
But tell them
And
only
she
to come
said,
visit if
don't
they gonna
come
tip.
visit me.
yeah. So and I don't
right.
drink, so she serves me
tips.
air shots
Yeah, air shots.
while I wait for my air sliders.
They $11.75.
Oh, I'm definitely come visit you on my birthday. Maybe on my
Period.
birthday.
No,
The next one gonna be a rainbow baby. So shout out.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
anyway, like I was saying, y'all,
Let's leave. We just
I'm probably gonna put together a public memorial event, not just for my child that was lost, but a lot of people that I had no idea in our work circle, in friend groups. Like, so many people have gone through losses of children during the birth process, the pregnancy, and it's like super horror stories that people have dealt with that I didn't know. And what's crazy is I've advocated for other people in the situation, but to experience it yourself is super crazy. But of course, I don't want to put the emphasis on my child or situation. Like, I feel like we can come together and support one another in that and figure out some sort of advocacy that we could put or push because it's so crazy, y'all. Like, that whole situation, healthcare and medical care for especially black and brown women is just, man, it could get real scary. And the fucked up part is we got to keep going to these same places. There ain't nowhere else to go. So at some point, there got to be some accountability for that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about the way that they treat women, black men and women, specifically our women, especially during pregnancy. When you telling them something is wrong, or you telling them you hurting or this and that, and they dismiss you, they try to send you out the door bleeding. They try to send you out the door with Tylenol and all weird type of shit, instead of listening to you to the point where you lose your child. Is not okay.
held accountable.
And unfortunately, with any type of malpractice or death centered around inadequate care, a lot of, and I don't even want to make this about lawsuits, but even because clearly ain't nobody being criminalized for all this different stuff.
Yeah.
So really, the only
It's
thing
hard to do that because I've talked with someone about that. It's very hard to sue a hospital and doctors and all that because
It's actually-
they always
it's-
got their different excuses
Well,
and stuff of what happened and went on.
I will say that it's easy to do it, but most attorneys won't do it because they have a cap.
That was the thing.
They have a cap
You
and-
can't get an attorney to go against them.
Yeah,
So
to
that's
go
the
against,
tough
especially
part,
the
right.
high end hospitals. But even ones that would do it, a lot of times won't do it because they don't. There's a cap, a super low cap, to where they don't see it as enough money worth their time to even go about the process for that, because a lot of times they have to front the upfront costs and then but
Yeah, I
that
looked into a
has to
situation
change.
before, so
That has to change.
I agree with Lily, Vaughn, to take your personal situation and include others is different. That's different. So,
And I think that'll help you heal too.
yeah, well, you know, I'm with you, baby.
Honestly, y'all, I'm more mad about anything. Like, I mean, of course, I'm not the woman. I didn't carry the baby myself. I didn't go through the pain and all that stuff. To see somebody treated like that, because at some point, you know, how I dealt with it, and I'll say this too, in the midst of doing all the work and all the different stuff we've done throughout this whole time, I've been dealing with going back and forth to the hospital, going back and forth to the ER without saying shit, still getting up for work, still doing what would need to be done, still showing up for other people. But to see somebody be done like that, and to know it ain't shit you can do about it, because we got to keep, where else we gonna go? You know, that is maddening to me. Like, I'm more mad than I am sad about the situation, because I did at some point, once I saw that was how it was going, I kind of already prepared myself mentally, like, this ain't going right. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Well, I try to stay positive, and I will say, like, I do have other children. I was there from their birth. Through all that process, I'm grateful that I had none of this type of experience with any of them. It was all fine. I got to be there, see their birthday, all fine and healthy today. Yeah. And so that's something that I hope I never have to experience again. But yeah, it's, you know, I'm just letting people know that at some point, because a lot of people were like, you know, they wanted to come to the memorial or, you know, be a part of, you know, different things. And I'm like, I've been super private about a lot of stuff, but I do want to do something that's not just centered around myself, but for the issue in totality. So,
and that support is a good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you already back in there practicing again.
This nigga just don't. God damn.
But why you on that? Why you don't see? So not why? But that's okay for him though. When I finna say something, though, you gotta put the muzzle on.
Listen,
I get loose,
40 is probably the most inappropriate person I've ever known.
You would not let me get loose. 40 just come out.
Certain shit I wouldn't expect from you.
And you know how
I just expected from you. You just gonna say some crazy shit.
But look, you know how you in the crib. We all in the crib. Your parents are there. You one brother or sibling come out there. You put your pants on. Then your other one he come out. He butt ass naked. She don't say nothing. You like what? So he's butt ass. You don't say. You know that's how he is. That's how he is.
That's literally what it is.
You know that's how. Now you go get your ass and put them shoes on.
No.
But no, 40.
Spreading love.
That's what you're doing.
I'm just like putting love in the air.
Hey, we ain't heard from this nigga in 3 weeks. We were trying to contact dog for 3 weeks. Nigga Vaughn called me like we heard from 40.
For his ass.
We think he in critical condition and shit at Freighter and shit.
Hey, look.
This nigga called in, my phone messed up. The phone messed up. You didn't know what the fucking phone, nigga. You ain't think the call. Look, he did it on purpose too. He ain't posting a group or nothing. This nigga ain't do nothing.
Man, listen.
Wow.
But no, you but yeah, man, we love you, man. You know, we love you. Let's just
y'all want to give Vaughn a round of applause
for what? What the fuck we giving him? What the fuck we giving him?
Let's get out of here.
No, before we get up out of here, what the fuck we giving him a round of applause? What the fuck we what?
He Batman on the low, bro.
Man, we ain't talking about getting a round of applause. Let's talk about how I'm finna bust this nigga ass in this celebrity game. You on the other team, nigga. You on the other team.
I don't know. He in the middle. He might be on.
Nigga, I'm probably the referee. You fouled. You're fouling you out, nigga. Every time you touch it.
You gonna go against him?
Yeah, he on Promise team. I know where he at. You see where it's at. I'm with Team Tory. Tory salty. He lost last year, so he came and got me. These knees, Bob.
Come see this.
Hey, look, I ain't tell Tory these knees. Bob Barker is a bitch. You don't know. I'm finna shoot that bitch from half court every time I get the ball.
I'm coming to see this.
Shout out to Tory, man.
Shout out Tory. Is how many
game? Let me see.
Let everybody know what it is so I can see y'all play.
Listen, I'm talking about what? I'm talking about every time. No, I'm busting Ted's ass though. I'm hacking him. I'm pushing him on the ground, flagrant. I hope he watching this shit. Too.
It is.
We finna get up out of here, Brian.
Yeah, we finna get out of here.
Hey, look, before we go, no, for real, when y'all give me
October 18th, 3 p.m. at Milwaukee College Prep.
Is one of y'all finna give me that $2 for these cruises?
Hey, listen, y'all. This has been another episode of Press Play, the podcast. Press Play the college. Yeah.
Oh shit.
What I said.
You understand that? We'll catch y'all next. Somebody about to
Listen,
give me this $2.
Y'all already know what it is, man. We appreciate y'all for watching and tuning in. Hopefully y'all catch us next week. Same time-ish, 7, 8, something like that. If we going to be live, it'll be a flyer. We'll let you know. But again, follow us on YouTube and the other platforms.
Follow
we
us.
even on TikTok now. We just got to put some, you know what I'm saying, go back and throw some content on there. But y'all already know, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Everybody
Facts.
check out.
And go and Black Shipe, that right? Go share that Packers video. It's Brian finna share it. It's on his page.
And fire.
And fire. Then fire. You ain't seen
Yeah,
the
y'all
dance.
gotta hear that remix.
And the Vine on the remix. We doing all Vine. Everybody else do it, and all the other
It's
music.
a remix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The remix?
They got Vine on it.
For real.
Hey, 40, when we in all the meetings, they be like, and then we were going with Vine, and then Vine, and Vine. I'm doing it too. The fuck? Vine on the remix. The fuck is y'all talking about? Share that shit. This is a community song. Y'all know what's going on.
Said you a hater in the comments.
No, I ain't no hater. I just know that Vine the man. What you talking about? Vine go anywhere. Listen, Vine walk in the room, the lights come on. Ain't even motion. Ain't no motion sensor or nothing. He just got it like that. I'm telling you. But this is Press Play the podcast, and Jessica Love on here.
We love y'all,
with Phoenix from
in.
V100.
And I'm going to leave y'all with the words that I always say at the end of my show. Be safe, make good choices, and have the day you deserve. So that means be good to people.
You gonna give me that $2, Vinny?
No.
She ain't